Let's kick it. Know what I'm saying? Let's kick it. Hey, Red Raider. Hey, Stephanie. How you doing? Run a little behind and go into the store. Hi, Faye. Let's see here. Yeah, sorry about the buffer on the way home. Sometimes I'll get away with it all the time, and then other times not at all. Hey, Stephanie, come on up. I like bread. I don't eat too much of it though, for some reason. Sorry about that. Hey, Faye, how you doing? No, it's not loose. No way. I just cleaned it. Stephanie, you going to come up? Michelle, Red Raider, come on up and party. That buffering's gotten worse lately. For some reason. Man, I've felt like shit lately. No more dragon's milk. Come on up, ACB. You know, you don't have to show your picture. I put the thing up. I can post it again. You don't have to show your face. If you're in your 60s, please don't. Yeah. I gotta leave for Chicago. Hey, Sonia, how you doing? Yeah, it's not really why I had him up there, Sonia. I had him up there for insects, actually. Now, I didn't even know he had any mice till today. I just can't get myself to kill him like that. And he stepped in that in the daytime. Hey, Drifter, how you doing? $37 degrees. It's been cold out lately. Oh, good for you, Sonia. You want to come up and join the chat? Come on up and party with us? You don't have to show your face. Excuse me. Excuse me. Well, I can tell you what it's not from. Dust mites. I killed them all. It was dust mites genocide. I killed them all with Clorox. Every nook and cranny, every shelf, every picture, every fan blade, all over the floor. Oh, I probably got COVID. Excuse me. Oh, my God. Stephanie, did you get that signal all right? I don't know if this is weird taste of tea. Oh, you're shy? Yeah, but we won't see your face. You'll like it. Stephanie, she doesn't mind. See, she's not. That's an old picture. She didn't care. Hey, Steph.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How you feeling? You feeling good?
Yeah, I'm like you. This has been hanging on for like 2 weeks now.
Really? If 10
Yeah.
was the worst, where would you put it?
Oh, probably a 6.
Yeah, that's about me too. Yep, 6.
I mean, I'm better, and they, said it was viral, so they couldn't give me anything. Yeah, so I'm just tired a lot. I don't know what's up with that shit.
And you get this age, and you're always wondering, the Grim Reaper.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
When you're 30 and you're sick, you're just sick.
Right. You don't worry so much.
I don't really worry about it too much. The only thing that I worry about a little bit is being incapacitated.
Oh, God, me too, Tom.
I mean, moving down here, building a new house, then Marty comes over and changes my diaper.
Well, it's so funny you said that, Tom, because I when I went to sign up for a new Medicare plan for this year, I asked the lady, I said, now, what if I get where I can't take care of myself and I have to go to a nursing home? Who's going to pay for that? And she said, well, you know what? I have a lawyer that deals with that, and I'll give you his card. because Tom, I want to plan this. If I have to go into a home, you got to get on Medicaid and everything. Cause I mean, it's like $8,000 a month.
I know. Yeah. But that,
And
as far as I know, that's an automatic conversion because the home wants you there just as much as you need to be there. That happened to my
right,
dad and it happened to my sister. In my dad's case, they go through the money you have,
right.
then you go to Medicaid. In my sister's case, my nephew broke her, even though she owned 5 McDonald's. And she went on Medicaid because her house was under foreclosure. So it worked out for both of them. But I know of other instances where they'll go through your retirement, they'll take that, your savings, any assets, and then once that's gone, you'll go on Medicaid.
Okay. Well, they won't get anything from me except my.
No, but you don't have nothing to worry about.
Okay. Well, I'm still going to call this guy because I want it set up because there is no way I'm going to have my family take care of me if that happens. No way.
I mean, I don't think it ever works out how anybody expects because they're going to want to. And then they're going to come in and you're going to argue about it and they're going to tell you they love you and they don't mind. And I don't have any family, fortunately. One nephew. That fucker probably wouldn't do it for less than $2,000 a day. I wouldn't want him here anyway.
Well, my sister wouldn't do it.
She wouldn't.
No, she wouldn't do it, Tom. No,
oh, really?
I know. Yeah, no, I know that.
Tell you the truth, it doesn't bother me.
No, it doesn't bother me either because, that's, I don't want, I don't want to be a burden to anyone. I don't want anyone bitching about me. Right. And that would happen with my sister.
Well, it would.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you guys get along pretty good, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we get along, but, we're just two entirely different people, Tom.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I can tell you this too. I don't know about my sister because I hadn't talked to her in about 8 years. But I know in my dad's case, he liked being in the nursing home. You're amongst your peers.
Well, Tom, I was in a nursing home for a month. When I had my hip replacement, I got a bad staph infection. And so I had to go to a nursing home. I had to have a pick in my neck. Mm-hmm. And they had to give me antibiotics 3 times a day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had pseudomonas.
Yeah, that's what kills most burn patients, and it also is what kills most baby birds.
Yeah, that's what I had. Yeah. And so it was quite serious. So I was in a nursing home for a month, but see, I was only 55 years old at that time. But you know what, Tom? It wasn't that bad. Maybe because well, yeah, and I had all my faculties, Yeah. So, but no, it wasn't that bad. I could live in one. I'm sure there's bad ones. I wouldn't want to be in, a state run or something. I don't know.
That pseudomonas doubles every 8 seconds, the bacteria count.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was serious. I had that stupid pick in my neck that goes right to my main artery.
Yeah, I know people. Yeah. Yeah, it's chlorine kills it.
Yeah, I had to go to a infectious disease doctor, wow. And I got that from the hospital.
Yeah. What was the story on your hip? Was that an injury or genetics?
Oh, arthritis. Both my hips were bone on bone. I got the one done, but I had so many complications that I will not have the other one done until I can't walk.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because I had, oh God, Tom, they had to put 2 in me. They put in 1, and for some reason it didn't work or whatever. And then I had to be cut open again, and they put in a second replacement.
Oh, wow.
And and then I was recouping at my sister's. I did stay there for 9 days.
Is that where you figured out this will never happen again?
Exactly, Tom. Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Nothing like feeling like shit and being in that environment.
oh yeah, yeah, no, yeah. My sister, I love her, but she's got so many issues, and
I get it. Yeah.
and then and then her husband's there, and yeah, it wasn't fun. No, it wasn't.
Yeah. I
But
was out in front of my condo one day and a older lady came in and starts talking, wanted to know if they were rentals. It's like, nah, people own these, and by then places were going up a lot. And in the midst of talking to her and, trying to help her out, she broke down crying, was living with a relative and had some health problems. And I said, well, fuck it. I got an extra bedroom. Just move in here. I don't give a shit. She said, are you serious? I said, yeah, I don't mind. Just come and go as you please. I'm always upstairs. And she died about 3 days later.
wow,
Yeah. But it goes to
wow,
show you family. Yeah. I mean, it's one thing being sick and another
right,
thing being around some family member jack off.
yeah, no, I know,
The days
and
never end.
right, and of course, my niece has her kids, my nephew has his family. There's no way.
Yeah. Yeah. You,
So,
you don't want to create it, killed yourself.
oh yeah,
I know.
no, but I want to have it. I want to have it set up because you just never know.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a no brainer with you,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. It is because when I was in the nursing home that whole month, my sister came one time to see me.
Seriously.
Yeah, but Sarah, she came. Gosh, Sarah came like twice a week to see me. My nephew came just a couple times, but Sarah, my niece, was the one that came and saw me all the time, brought me things and stuff.
Oh. Now
Yeah,
that didn't affect your relationship with your sister in any way?
no, no. My my sister, she's one of those, Tom, that can't ever let anything go,
Yeah, got it.
and
Does she
I'm the
want to be right all the
opposite.
time too?
Yeah, yeah, and I'm the opposite. You know what? I let things go. I let bad things go because it just makes you angry, and I don't want to be angry like my sister. You
Yeah.
know.
I'm not
So,
too good at I'm not too good at letting things go either.
oh, you're not. Oh, Tom, you have to try because yeah, I mean you,
I hold
you.
grudges too. I hold grudges.
Oh yeah, she does too. Yeah, I don't.
There's people I've had a
No,
grudge against for 45 years.
really.
Yeah, if I ever get a chance to fuck them, I'm going to do it.
Oh, Tom.
I'm just being honest.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah, I've had things happen. I've been mad at people. Things have happened to me in the past, but you can't live back then, you
Yeah,
know?
but you know what though? I mean, arguably, if you read counseling books or you go to a psychiatrist or stuff like that, that's what they're
Right.
going to tell you to do. But you couldn't, if you knew me and you knew the whole situation,
Mhm.
you couldn't come up with any rational rebuttal that it's hurt me in any way. It doesn't keep me up. It's not on my mind all the time, but I got it
Right.
back there. And I'd like to give them a good fucking, even though it happened 45 years ago, just like I would when they pissed me off. And I don't think I'm sensitive and it's not stupid shit. Of course, it's subjective if I'm biased.
Right.
But I know some real assholes out there that got it coming to them. And I'm not going to let that go.
Ah,
And
well,
I'll
Tom,
probably, 45 years, I'm probably not going to have the opportunity either.
well, if yeah,
I hope I
if
do.
it'll
I hope I do.
make you feel better to screw them over, then more power to you.
Oh, thank you. But I really can't. I mean, if you took me and then you took you and it's not affecting your life, and I don't see how it's affecting mine. It's not like,
Well,
this is
that's
something
good.
that, yeah. I
Well,
got it like
yeah,
back, like on, I got it way back there. It's not causing me
right,
ulcer or any of that
right.
shit. Now, if you
It does.
told me, hey, if I went in and I saw a gastroenterologist and he said, hey, you're not a grudge kind of guy, are you? It's like, fucking A, I was just on the internet the other night talking to some people. I've been holding some grudges 45 years. He said, well, that's a telling indicator
So
for this
my
acid reflux.
sister too, freaking 40 years ago, something happened and she still talks about it. I mean, it's like, come on.
Now, is she still married?
Yeah, her third husband. They've been married 18 years now.
Yeah, I mean, how's this guy put up with this shit?
Oh God, he is one of those men that keeps his mouth shut and does everything my sister wants.
Wow.
Yeah, says agrees with her. But I've gotten to the point too when she goes on her rampage, I just listen, and I don't like confrontation, Tom, since I've gotten older. I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
And so that's why I just let her ramble on and I just agree with her. I've tried to give my opinion a couple times and we just end up arguing. I don't want that.
Right.
I will never win an argument with my sister.
Gotcha.
Right. So I just let it be, If I
Yeah.
don't agree with her, fine. I don't want to fight over stupid shit that happened 40 years ago.
Yeah. Now,
Come on.
is the father of the nephew and niece the first husband?
First, my nephew is her first husband. Sarah is her second husband.
Gotcha. And do these kids keep in touch with these guys? Are they still around?
Yes, my nephew's dad, yes, he still sees him. They're very close. Sarah's dad is dead. Yeah, he had an aneurysm caused from alcoholism and he died.
Oh,
He died.
okay.
Yeah, he died when she was 12. But they didn't have a good relationship at all.
Gotcha.
So my sister's husband now is like Sarah's dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, they say there's studies out there now. I haven't read any of them, but I know they're out there about that alcoholic sperm with offspring genetic wise later on. Really?
Yes, Sarah, she's just like her dad.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's a narcissist. She's controlling. She has to have her way. Very dramatic. And I just love every bit of that.
Yeah. I know. You really like that, huh? Now, does
Yeah.
her and her mother go at it a lot?
Oh, yeah. But my sister does everything for her.
Gotcha.
My sister bitches about it, but Susie is there with money, a car, whenever the kids need something. And Sarah is always calling her mother for things.
Oh, gotcha.
I do what I can to help, but I don't have a lot of money.
Right.
My sister's retired, but her husband makes quite a bit of money, so they're sitting pretty good. So, but nope.
Yeah, family, you just never know.
I know. I know. And those kids. Oh my
Now,
God.
do you keep in touch with the nephew's dad?
No, not at all.
All right.
No, she met him when she was 16.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. She met him young. He lived with us too.
How'd that work?
My parents let him move in because his dad kicked him out.
Oh, okay.
And that was because he didn't get a job. I mean, crazy shit, Tom. Oh my God.
Honey Boo Boo.
Uh,
Yeah.
in fact, my little man, I call him Mason. He calls me tonight and says, "Tata, you have to come over Friday night and spend the night." And I
Oh,
said, "Oh, I do. I have to come over." He said, "Yes, I've been planning it all week."
oh, that's cute, isn't it?
Yeah, he's been planning it all week, so I'll be over there tomorrow. I'll be over at their house tomorrow
It's
night.
good he's got you in his life.
What?
It's good he has you in his life.
Oh, yeah. I try not to show favoritism because I love the two little girls too.
Yeah.
But I don't, Mason, he's just special. Well, he is special. He's
Yeah.
autistic.
Yeah. But you know, at least he's got what he's got is time on his side.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean that autistic still. I mean, you really can't put your finger on it.
Oh, yeah. I'm
There'll be
still
10
up in
people
the
you can
air.
point that you know are autistic that couldn't qualify for a high school diploma, and another 10 that are billionaires.
Oh, I know. I know. Excuse me. I'm still up in the air on that diagnosis, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I mean, we know this. It can't be a perfect diagnosis.
No, I know. I know that.
You
Yeah.
know, they got to be wrong with some of these people.
Yeah, I know. That's what I think.
Does he show anything at this age of being exceptional in anything?
Yeah, he likes to take things apart and put them back together.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've been looking for some kind of a building thing for him for Christmas. But yeah, he's always taking his cars and stuff apart and then trying to put them back together.
Oh, wow.
Oh God, half the time he doesn't, and he just says, "Tata, I need a new car. I broke my car."
You said he's 7?
Yeah, he's 7. Yeah. Yeah. So
Hopefully life works out for him.
oh, I know, me too, Tom.
How is your sister with him?
Oh, she's good with her grandkids. Yeah. Yeah, they go over and visit her once a week. And then of course she's on the list to, if the kids are sick, to pick up the kids at school and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll do that and then I'll go over and help watch them.
Yeah.
But it takes 2 of us really to watch all 3 of them now, Tom.
Really?
Yeah, because they're 4, 5, and 7.
Wow.
So, yeah. Yeah, and then they were trying to say something about Faith because she likes to have 2 of everything, that there might be something wrong with her. What?
Yeah,
So
I
she
wonder what
wants,
that would be.
I don't know, Tom. So she wants 2 donuts instead of 1. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Some of these things, I think they're just a little too much looking for something. If a kid does something different, there might be something wrong with them.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Right. So what's the big deal? Instead of 1 cookie, I give her 2. So what, you know? Yeah.
Now,
And
when this niece got pregnant, did you kind of cringe or just hope for the best?
We kind of cringed at first because of her relationship with the dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they moved in together and then And then 2 years later, she had Faith. And then 1 year later, she had Autumn. I mean, just,
Yeah.
ridiculous. There was no reason for her to have 3 children,
Right.
but she did. So,
Yeah.
we have
Yeah.
to just deal with it. Yeah. I don't know what she was thinking.
It's
I don't
all over
know.
though. It's, I know
Yeah.
millions, just anywhere you go.
Yeah. I don't understand why people can't be happy with one child. I mean, if I could have kids, I only wanted one,
Yeah.
you know.
I bet it was just carelessness.
Oh yeah, Autumn was just yeah, she
Drinking,
was
drinking.
just fertile and got pregnant right away
Yeah.
after.
Was
Yeah,
there? Yeah. Right.
that's what happened. Sure. Oh yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
that's what
you look at
happened.
baby boomers. That's how a lot of us got here.
Yeah, I know it. We did.
Yeah.
I know. My mom had me, and then right after me, she had my sister because we're only 18 months apart. And then no kids. She never got pregnant again, she said.
Yeah. My
So,
sister was born. Then there was a stillborn daughter, a stillborn son, and then me.
oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. God knows what they died from. Probably drinking, but you'll never know.
Yeah. Yeah. You never
And
know.
I'm sure my mom didn't quit smoking when I was around.
Oh yeah. I think my mother smoked too, Tom.
Yeah.
That generation, everybody smoked.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy how things have changed now.
Oh, I know. There is no way in hell I'd want to be a young person now, Tom.
Yeah. And I talk to young people every chance I get, getting a coffee or, I go
Right.
out to eat a lot, and they're all like super worried.
Oh
Unless you,
yeah.
unless you come from big money, or you're not
Right.
going to have college debt.
Oh, I know. I would be worried too. I mean, these young people are getting these degrees and then they can't find jobs, Tom.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then they got all those student loans they got to pay back. I mean,
Yeah,
how stressful would that be?
I know. You can't bankrupt out of those either.
Oh, you can't.
No, nope.
Oh, I wondered about that. I wondered what would happen if they just didn't pay it.
It'll go on your credit, and they'll come
Ah,
after you eventually. Try and garnish it if you get a job. Yeah, they will.
wow.
Yeah, crazy. It's a different place, man. I'm glad. Like I tell people all the time, I'm glad I'm not just starting out.
Oh, I know. I know. I was lucky. My mother retired from Boeing, and then I got a job, and she got me a job there, and then I retired from there. And I told Sarah they're on that Boeing has commercials here that they're hiring people.
It's
And I
not like
told
when you got in though,
well, my nephew's there.
but he's
Uh
not. I bet he doesn't have the. He won't have the same benefits you got.
no, he told me that they're trying to bring back the pension.
Yeah, good luck. They
Um,
don't need to anymore.
no, I know. I know, and I mean, thank God though, he's got that good job because he has a wife and 4 kids,
Yeah,
and his wife doesn't work,
yeah,
and he can support everyone there.
yeah. You just wonder
Yeah.
how some of these people afford it. Speaking of affording it, I see Tesla recalled 2 million vehicles.
What?
Yeah,
Why?
something's wrong with them. And
Oh,
they've never made money on any cars they've made already. You just wonder how anybody can survive that.
yeah. Wow.
And the weird, of course, I mean, my opinion's Tesla is a political venture.
Uh-huh.
You like you're in love with the idea. You stand for solar and wind turbines and all that kind of stuff. And that's the kind of bar you bar, whether it's a piece of junk or not. Everybody I know that's had one or has one complains about them. The service is terrible. And now you just wonder, but they buy them anyway. They'll get another one. And now that 2 million car recall, you just wonder. But there's a mystique to this Tesla. It's not like a traditional car company, and the same thing
Yeah.
with Boeing trying to compete with those European places that are subsidized by taxpayers.
Yeah.
Airbus, if they run short, they can just demand more money. Or Boeing in a free open market, when you're competing and you're making big airliners, it's much
Uh-huh.
different when you have that backup plan than when you don't. And the reason that Boeing was hurting for a while was because if you bought some of those Airbus planes, they'd give you a 5-year free maintenance.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
Now,
that's how
Tom, I don't know that much about Tesla. Now, why are they so special and people want them?
electric only.
Electric only.
They're saving the planet.
Okay.
Yeah, not polluting the air, leaving
Now,
no carbon footprint, which is absolutely false because they cost 5 times more of a
right.
carbon footprint to make than a gas car. They're very expensive to recycle the batteries. The charging stations are still fueled by fossil fuel. I mean, it's just one of these things, like when you track it down from beginning to end. But this fossil fuel thing, not in our lifetime, thankfully, but this is going to come to an end someday. I mean, fuel is still relatively cheap compared to what it's going to be. And when if you
Right.
ever look up like petroleum products, all the things that are made from it, I don't know what's going to happen when this reasonably priced crude oil goes through the roof, which I think will happen someday. The
Oh, yeah.
problem is the Asian and Indian demand, developing countries, way more people using it. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to last forever. I'm glad I won't be around
Now,
it.
all those cars they recalled, do they have to give all those people their money back?
No, I'm not. Usually the recalls work where I don't really know on a Tesla how it works, to tell you the truth, because they don't have dealerships. I don't know where you
Oh.
take the damn thing, to be honest with you.
Hmm.
It's a good question. But everybody I know
Huh.
that had one, if I see them, I talk to them about it. Marty ordered
Right.
one because they do a lot of work for a couple big corporations that, are really into all this kind of stuff. It's a
Uh-huh.
political ideology. And they ordered 2 of the semi trucks. They've been back ordered for 2 years. So
Now,
something's up with the trucks.
can you charge it at your home or do you have to go
Yeah,
somewhere?
no, you can charge it in your home. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
See, California, if you were going to have one, that's probably a good place to have one. But if you're in a cold climate like Michigan or Ohio, you're
Uh-huh.
not going to get any distance in the thing and use the heater too. And it's just a
Oh.
royal pain in the ass. I mean, if you had 2 miles to go to work and in a sunny place like California, it probably wouldn't be bad. But if you're like, I just think going like some of the trips that I've taken,
Uh-huh.
I don't know how you do it in a Tesla, like up across the northern part of the country from, let's say, Minnesota out to Montana or Washington. I mean,
Uh-huh.
you only get like 230 miles of charge.
Oh, wow.
And
So
that's
then you
without
gotta
the air
find a
conditioning or the heater on.
then you
And if
gotta
you
find
break
a
down, if
place.
you break down out in the middle of nowhere in a Tesla, God knows what happens.
Wow.
Hey everyone.
Hey, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Hey, Michelle, I was, how you get recommended videos through YouTube?
Yeah.
I got one recommended, and the people were listening to some cool music in a bar in Rochester, the Woodshed or something.
Mhm.
That looks like
Yeah,
a
I know
cool
where that
place.
is.
Is it?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, they had a good band there. They
What
got any
band was
live
that?
entertainment out near you, Stephanie?
They do. Yeah, they do, but a lot of the places it's usually in the summertime and spring, spring and
Yeah, that
summer.
was in the summertime. Yep.
Yeah, usually like in the winter. I don't know. I mean, maybe here and there,
Yeah.
but nothing like how it is in the better weather.
Yeah. Where I was living, they used to have a lot of live entertainment. I don't think there's any up there anymore. That Carrie Westbay who comes on the chat from time to time. Hi, Jackie. Jackie's trying to sign in. It's not working.
Is it Jackie from the Carolinas?
Yeah. Yep.
Tell her to just click the link.
Just click the link, Jackie. That's all you got to do. Click the link.
It's in the chat.
Yeah, I just put it up again, and it's also people always ask for it again, even though it's on the StreamYard thing. So I think when they don't see it, they're coming on the YouTube end, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Just click it on it. Click on it, Jackie. Shut up, Daisy. She's barking at the deer. I've been feeding the vultures lately. They're starting to give these vultures a bad name. You know, I've read a lot about these black vultures, and they're trying to accuse them of killing things now. I don't find any evidence of that anywhere. No videos, no actual documentation. They're villainizing these damn birds. These are the most shy, coy, scaredy cat birds you've ever seen in your life. I can't find one real incident of it killing something anywhere. Crazy. Need to leave them alone. You need any advice how to get a mouse out of a sticky trap, anybody?
I saw that.
Yeah, you know, I had that set up for bugs, actually. And I was surprised to have them in there. I wouldn't have put it out there. It was in the garage during the daylight. I mean, you know, I'm sure they run around. You know, they're experts at hiding, but he was in there. I went out in the garage and it wasn't sitting on the floor. So I knew what happened. I've had that happen before. You ever use those sticky traps, Michelle?
No, I don't really have issues. But I get my house sprayed, and there's not a lot of like rodents around. Like
Oh, you do get it sprayed.
Yeah, you live in like the country, so like there's probably a lot of, creatures and there's probably more where you are.
We have those Florida-sized cockroaches. I've only seen like 3 since I've been here. But I notice in the summertime, if I've put honey out on the rail, you go out there at 2 a.m, there's 50 of them. They're about 2 inches long.
They're palmetto bugs.
Yeah, cockroaches.
I know.
Yeah, I know. That's Florida.
yeah.
I'd call them a palmetto bug too. They wouldn't have any tourism.
They're called palmetto bugs. They're
Yeah.
not that bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a little cold to catch them now, but Florida's got them. They're just everywhere. But when you spray, you're spraying for bugs, not rodents, right?
Yeah, for bugs. Yeah,
Okay.
for bugs, not rodents. You know what? I mean,
How
like,
much that cost?
well, I get a deal because I know the guy,
Yeah.
but I don't know how much he charges regularly. But like for me, it's not that much. It's like $100 a year. And
Does
you
it
know
work?
what? Yeah, and he comes out and the thing is he comes out like if I were to call and I'd be like, oh, there's a spider in my house or something. He'd be like, okay, he'll come and spray and everything else. But it really keeps everything. I mean, you're never gonna have, there's always gonna be something that gets in your house, but
Oh, it says she's in the back room. Why would she be in? Yeah, let me look at that. Why would she be in the back room? Because the back room is where you would be before I approve you, right?
yeah.
Right.
No, she's not in that. She's not in that. Let me look at if I click private chat. Nope. No, I mean, there's nothing here unless it's, sometimes it's low, but there's enough room on this layout to where a person could be right next to Michelle. You sure you're on the right one? A mouse problem, eating his grain. Oh, no kidding. Yeah, I feel bad for him. Yeah, I'm a baby when it comes to that. I just don't like to. It's just a mouse trying to live. He couldn't help being born a mouse into this world. He's just looking for something. He was screaming too. You know what I did learn through doing this today, though? I did it before with flying squirrel. But I know I was talking to a guy today, and I put it on the medium setting. I didn't want to put him out in a cool day, wet. And I was blow drying him. And during the course of blow from a long ways away, like not that hot, I put my hand in front of it. He ended up rolling on his side, screaming, spinning in circles.
Oh God.
So I quit doing it, and about 5 minutes later, he popped back up in his old self. And I was talking to a guy today that killed a baby squirrel putting them on a heating pad, lowest setting.
Really?
Yeah, they're sensitive to heat. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, I mean, if we had a mouse problem, I probably would put some damn mouse traps out there, and I'd go out there and he'd be crushed, and I'd throw it away, and that'd be the end of it. I mean, when I saw him out there and heard him screaming, I thought, I'm going to fuck with this now. Sure enough, about 45 minutes later, he was free. I just feel bad for him.
I don't blame
He was
you.
in the garage. Would that bother you, Stephanie, killing a mouse?
I don't know. I've never had to kill a mouse.
I've killed a rat before. My friend had a snake, and I fed a rat to the snake before.
Oh, yeah, that's a little different. I wouldn't want to do that either. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Jackie.
Hi, Jackie.
My guess would be that Jackie's got a little slow of a connection.
Jackie got into the wine tonight.
Oh, she did. Good for her. I think that when you got a slow connection, isn't that what it does, Michelle?
Yeah. It buffers.
Yeah, buffers. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yep. That's all right. Well, I only have one of those glue traps. I'm not going to put another one out there.
My mother, she has a couple traps because they have like a lot of
What am I missing
rats
here?
and stuff in their house. But her traps are like the steel cage traps, so they catch a lot of different things.
Yeah, no, they do. I put mine up for bugs, actually.
Well, my mother, she actually, my father, he puts them out for rabbits. He catches rabbits.
In glue traps?
No, not the glue trap.
Oh,
like the trap.
Oh,
How
you mean
do
to
I see
eat?
the chat? Can somebody tell me how to see the chat?
Yeah, will you tell her how to do that, Michelle? She's like got a weak signal. She wants to know how to see the chat.
If you go to the bottom of the screen, you'll see the
chat.
Can you see her?
And we're jamming. We are jamming here.
Can you see it? We
yeah.
see it, Jackie.
I see it. Yeah.
But your voice
How
is a
can
little
you not
off.
see me?
we
a
see it.
Sagittarius,
But it's a choppy signal. Choppy signal.
I know. It's using that.
Oh, there you go. That answers
I'm sorry.
the question. Yeah,
I can step out.
Sorry about that, Michelle.
I can step out.
No, that's all right. We can hear you. Can you hear Stephanie, Michelle?
It's very here and there. I can't hear her that well.
Kind of like broken up, Jackie.
I don't know what
Jackie,
they can
try
see.
and cancel your camera and just leave the audio. That should help. That makes it better. That's what's taking up all the bandwidth.
My girlfriend is in control. Well, my fiance is in control right now.
Oh, well, sorry about that. Yeah, I remember in places I live, mice try and get in. They're fast. They can climb straight up a brick wall, too.
No, it's crazy. Like, she has a lot of rats around. Well, because where she lives, they have a lot of, like, high grass that rats like. Yeah. They like, you do you know what I mean? I don't even know if it's grass. Like, what do you call that? Like, not necessarily grass, but, like, some kind of, like, weeds or whatever. Like, the long grass, if it makes sense at all. But, they love to get in there, and then they disrupt a lot of things. But she has a lot more wildlife around her area. They have like what are those? They're not beavers, but what are those? The big groundhogs. She has a lot of groundhogs.
Oh, all right.
and they ruin her garage. You got to be
Really?
careful with some
Oh,
wildlife.
underneath? Digging
Yeah.
underneath?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I used
Yep.
to shoot those for farmers when I was a kid with the 22.
Well, they probably loved it because she's
They did. I got
constantly,
paid $1 a piece.
yeah, because they go in there and they destroy, they look like, oh, they look harmless and this and that. Yeah, until they're destroying your property and like digging
Yeah.
holes like underneath your garage or shed or wherever. But
Yeah. That actually made me quit hunting. I was paid to shoot these things, and I got out there on a spring day,
mhm.
and there were 3 young ones fell asleep on top of a log. I shot all 3 of them. And I thought I felt bad about it. I got thinking about it, and I thought, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore.
Well,
I
some
never hunted
people,
again.
well,
Never
some
shot
people,
another thing again.
well, some people are hunters. Like I know, some of my family members, they enjoy the whole sport of it, I guess. I don't know. But I mean, the thing is animal, if nobody hunted or ate meat or any of that, like, can you imagine how many animals would just be running
Yeah, but why
around?
hasn't
Like,
that happened on the Galapagos Islands?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean, they say that, but it's always like I'm not convinced that Mother Nature needs man's involvement in anything. I mean, that's how they sell it to you. I've read
But I mean,
articles that say that the people that really encourage hunting are the insurance companies.
well, if you
Cars
think,
hitting them. I mean, but it still always circles back to getting in mankind's way.
I think if you think about it like this, though, it's like a whole ecosystem that's going on. The birds eat this, and then this one eats that one, and this one kills this one, and you need spiders to catch insects,
Mhm.
and you need this and that. So, I mean, I think it's just the whole. I don't think that there's anything wrong with hunting because if you eat meat, that someone killed an animal for that, maybe they didn't do it for like a sport, but
I don't think it's a sport. First of all, the animal's always on the defensive.
Hello.
Hey, Chris. You know what I mean?
How you
right.
feeling? Better?
Yeah, a little bit better. Thanks.
Hey, I have a question to ask you about Google. How do you stay signed into Google? Because with YouTube,
They'll ask you to sign in when you click on your Google name.
because when I sign in and I put my email and password, then I have to go. Then it goes on my phone, and I have to say yes, it's me.
Right.
There's no way you can save that so you have to do that all the time, or no?
Well,
Or
my guess would be on your internet system, you have a dynamic IP address which changes all the time. And when Google, either there's a weak signal or that's constantly changing, and AOL's famous for that too.
because with Safari, I don't have to sign in every day. But with Google, I have to sign in.
Yeah, I mean, I had to do that a lot down here when I had a weak signal. But if you've got internet, you got a cable, right?
I got 5G. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that shouldn't be the issue. You ever have that happen, Michelle?
You always got to sign in to YouTube all the time. Why does it just save it for me?
Yeah.
I've had it ask me that once in a while. It did it all the time when I had HughesNet. It was a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Are you saving your sign in though?
Yeah, I save it. Still, it's I don't know why.
Does it happen every time?
Yeah, like when I turn my computer off tonight, then tomorrow morning I turn it on. I got to sign back into YouTube again.
Yeah, it shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah,
I'll tell you, it's a nightmare too. You ever forget your your Google password?
It's hell. It's hard getting
It's
back.
hell. It is, man.
It's
Have you ever had that happen, Michelle?
bad.
I'm sorry, what happened?
You ever forget your Google password?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's happened. Well, you write
What a
it.
nightmare.
You know what you should do is put it in your phone. Put all your passwords in your phone.
Yeah,
So,
I
like,
did. I finally did that.
And the other problem is if you get a new phone number, then it's going to go to that old phone number, and you won't go. You know what I mean? That's the other problem too.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
not if you have the right stuff saved in your account. It won't.
right, but if you get a new phone number, right, then you try to sign in, it's going to go to that old phone number. It'll text you the old phone number.
No, but you go to the settings and you put the current phone number in. There's only one.
Oh, okay.
And they'll ask you a backup too, like
Yeah.
what high school you went to and all that kind of crap.
Oh, okay.
But if you've got a iffy signal, you know, and you're trying to get on your Google account, man, this is an absolute nightmare.
Are you feeling
You know,
better though? At least
yeah, feeling better. Yep, feeling a little bit better. Yep. Yeah.
That's good.
Yep, feeling
How's your
better.
weather?
Nice.
50s
Cold.
here. 50s,
36 right now.
50s here though during the day.
Oh, 50's good for you.
Yeah, no. I think we're going to be in for a mild winter this year. I think again.
Oh, I looked at the weather, man. I mean, I was worried about it going up to Chicago, but I mean, it's too far to be completely accurate, but they're showing like great weather at least through the first week of January. Michigan too. No snow. Crazy. It's been like this for years.
Yeah.
Look at Michelle, same thing. She doesn't get the snow they used to.
No.
I mean, we still get like, so far we haven't gotten a ton of snow yet, but it's still early in the season for us. So I would say we got like 3 or 4 inches maybe
Yeah.
so far.
But when you were like 20 years ago, when you were in high school and stuff, don't you remember those massive?
Oh yeah. Oh, it's sure thing. Like, I mean, we don't get as many big storms anymore, but it's still pretty consistent throughout the winter season. We just don't get the like, you know, one day you get like, 18 inches in like 4 hours
Yeah.
dumped on you.
In Bronx, New York, a whole apartment building whole side of a whole apartment building collapsed. The whole damn side of the whole building collapsed.
Well, the funny thing is too is just the other day I was out driving, and out of nowhere it just started blizzarding for like 15 minutes and then stopped. Literally
Wow.
dumped like an inch of snow in like 15 minutes and then. But that's the lake effect here.
Yeah. Yep. I miss the old big winters.
When they would cancel school and everything.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
They hardly ever cancel school here, so it's got to be really.
Yeah. I mean, they probably prepare for it pretty good. I know in Michigan, where I was living, I mean, they cancel school like for nothing. And I guess
Yeah.
there's case law out there now with school buses getting in accidents, and the lawyers sue and say, well, you knew the roads were going to be slippery. Why didn't you cancel school? Then the school says, well, if we're not open enough days, we have to go longer in the summer. And then all the
We
parents.
get 1 inch of snow here, and they shut the whole damn town down here. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've been in places like that where they get snow here once in a while, like an inch or two or something like that, and it's gone by noon. I haven't
That's
seen
how
it.
it is here. If we get a little bit of snow, everything shuts down because we're not used to it.
Yeah, but last year it got really cold. It froze pipes like within 100 miles everywhere.
So what do you think about the immigrant crisis right now, the migrant crisis on the border?
I mean, I don't really pay too much attention to it, to be honest with you.
People should
I
be.
mean, it's probably
bad.
But
The thing with immigration law is if an
It's scary
immigrant.
because we don't know any of these people. We don't know any of these people, and
Listen to this. So in order to gain like a visa, like permanent residency, like what they want, like
it takes a
green card.
while.
No, it doesn't. If you do certain things. So if you turn somebody in for doing something illegal, if you witness something, there's ways around to get it a lot quicker, and some of them I don't think even realize that.
Like what? I mean, there's
Like-
PhDs that are having a hard time getting over here.
And they're coming here by the thousands right now. Denver, New York, Chicago. I mean, it's bad right now. All different countries are coming from too, and they don't speak English. You don't know if these people are drug lords. We don't know if these people are criminals. We know nothing about these people. And you know what I mean? It's scary times right now.
I think that they would want it. It's not scary because I think that they would want to help out the people here so that they could get their green card faster. I don't think it's a scary situation because there's a lot of drug dealers and whatnot that already live here who are born here.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I know.
exactly. I mean, Milwaukee, Detroit, and Chicago were in the hole before this ever even started.
Yeah, like I
What's a
mean,
couple
Yeah.
more chauffeurs selling drugs?
I
Yep.
mean they're going to be on their best behavior. So you figure they're probably the least.
No,
You
I
probably have.
agree. If it
You
wasn't
probably have
for illegal immigrants, my house would be about half finished.
right, or like
Yeah.
how about your food? A lot of them work
Yeah.
on farms.
Don't you eat
Oh,
tacos,
yeah.
Chris? Chris, don't you eat tacos and burritos and nachos?
Yes.
Well, where do you think those come from?
Right.
Yeah,
But
some
just
of
to
them
let you
come
know,
from
there's a
Russia.
lot of ways to
Some of
get
these people
your
are from
visa
Africa,
out
they're from
faster.
Russia, they're from Africa, Russia, all over the place. They're
Yeah,
coming
where are
from.
all these countries?
And you know, you're gonna have more homeless people. These people are living in tents and all over the place now in tents because they have no place
Yeah,
to go, nowhere to
this
live.
homeless thing is an issue.
And you know, and these people are going to be this year when it comes to cold weather in Chicago. I feel sorry for the people in Denver and Chicago because it gets very cold there, and those people are not used to cold weather there. I can guarantee you that.
And New York.
And New York, they're going to be in tents, and that's sad. These
I
people,
mean,
So what's your solution to this?
I don't know, but they need to stop. The guy in Texas, whoever is dumping these people off in all these Republican
He's
states.
not getting all of them because
Well,
some are coming from Russia,
Yeah,
coming in from South Africa. What
Yeah.
the heck are they all coming over here at one time now?
right.
I don't get
Exactly.
I want a legal immigrant girlfriend.
You wouldn't have no.
I mean, if they can get more people, more border guards to keep out the bad ones, whatever, get the right people the right way.
Arizona borders.
Get them
crossing
working
the coast.
fast.
But here's the deal. If you look back in the history of the United States, they've always been open to like helping people through all
Right.
sorts of circumstances.
All of us are immigrants.
But where are we going to put these people? Where are we going to house these thousands and thousands of people? Who's going to pay for the housing of these people?
That's the thing that
Well, yeah.
yeah.
well, they just need a better plan on where they're, you know, all these people are going, what states, and they need to make sure that they're, you know, taken care of, at least with shelter
Yeah, but
and
you've
food.
got all these cities that he's talking about. You've
Yeah.
got tons of homeless already that were born here.
And you're not far from New York, Michelle, so you know how many they've dumped off there. Probably close to a couple thousand or more there now.
Yeah, but the people that are homeless here, it's not like they.
Oh, they were groundhogs on you. Yeah, but I don't know what the answer is. I mean,
I don't either.
my first response was they shouldn't be coming over here illegally. Period.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's true.
You're going to take the time, come over legally, like we all did years ago.
I mean, but I mean, like if they dump a bunch off in Denver, I'd like to know just on a day-to-day basis, just what exactly happens. Are they giving them vouchers for hotels and food?
Well, I know the governor in Texas was busting them. That governor in Texas was busing them to New York and Chicago and just
And
dumping
he
them off.
didn't do that when there was a Republican in office, but
Yeah.
now there's a Democrat, he's suddenly doing that.
Right.
That's
Exactly.
bullcrap.
Right.
Just trying to make Biden look bad, but
Yeah.
you know, I don't know.
I've never had any personal problems with any immigrants.
I haven't either, Michelle. Every immigrant I've ever come across has been nice, hardworking.
All of us
You know,
are.
I've got a neighbor who I think they're Mexican, and the mom has 2 jobs. The dad works. I mean, they do just like we do. They work and try to survive.
But are they legal or illegal?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, how is it? Okay, so how is this happening then? They're bringing over illegal immigrants. So the United States is knowingly placing illegal immigrants, but we're blaming the immigrants for being illegal. But the
Yeah, no,
United
kind of
States,
true. Yeah, I'd agree
you
with
know
that.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
and I mean, just think of yourself if you wanted to flee your country with your family to find a better life. I mean, just put yourself in their position,
Yeah,
you
but
know.
here's the $50,000 question. Who's
You
the
know,
People
supposed
in
to?
Mexico make $6 a day working just as hard as Americans do. $6
Well, yeah.
for one whole day's work? That's
Yeah.
all?
right.
That's crazy. No wonder they want to step ahead.
I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with them coming here, but the thing is, who's going to house these people and who's going to pay for that? That's the problem.
Who's going to pay for it? That's a valid question.
The housing. Chicago don't have the housing for these people. Denver don't either.
They need to slow it down and do
or something.
The legal way.
I think because we all pay, people who pay taxes, which is most people, like, I would rather see it go to housing people who are in desperate need, like immigrants, because they fled their country for a reason. It's not because they wanted to go on a vacation to the United States. There was obviously a dire. They were probably living in below subpar of even what our homeless lives here. It's probably even worse there. So,
Stephanie, what do you think of giant glue traps?
What? I don't know what that is.
You know, like the sticky traps that I caught the mouse in, only make them big for like humans. You just line the border with them. Hey, Lakota.
Yeah, I need a few of those around here.
you're an ass top. Line the border with them.
No, I just, you know, and this is just like Tesla. Part of it is, like it or not, a political agenda. You've got the Republicans that don't want this. They want to build a wall in general. And you've got the Democrats, kind of like liberal places like New York and Chicago, that are open arms. You got rednecks in Texas that hang them if they could get away with it. So it's a political philosophy on the ideology of where you want to live.
Well, think
but the
about
question that's never really answered is how this gets funded. I mean, it's got to get funded through taxpayer money.
The thing.
Oh, sure it is. Sure it is.
Is that better or worse than supporting? Is that better or worse than supporting Ukraine?
I would rather have refugees come here and pay for that than pay for a politician's whatever agenda, like other agendas that they have that are as beneficial to the humanitarian.
So you think it's a humanitarian effort than to allow them here?
Yeah, I mean, like you could give.
Well, yeah, they probably help them so much, and then it's up to them to go find jobs and a place to live. They probably, I mean, it's like a lot of the homeless people, they get money every month from the government, but it's not enough for them to, get a place to live.
Right.
I've watched a lot of YouTube videos on homeless people, and a lot of them get food cards. They get money every month from the government. But of course, it's not enough. I mean, the housing is just out of reach. Last 6 months ago, they raised my rent $400. I mean,
what?
Yeah. I mean,
Crazy.
The housing is just unbelievable. Sometimes I think, what? If I went and lived in a tent, I would have a lot of damn money.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be rich. Shit.
I would think that you get some kind of
Stephanie, do you want
deal for like being your age.
Yeah, but even the senior housing is high now, Tom. We have SHAG, which is supposed to be for seniors, but I mean, the minimum is $1,200 a month, and that's for a studio or a small bedroom, 1-bedroom apartment.
Oh, really?
I mean, yeah, and then it goes up from there.
Stephanie, we'll get an RV, okay? We'll live in an RV together.
You know what? I would love to live in an RV, Michelle. I want to just get rid of all this shit I have. I mean, I would love to live in an RV. I would be so
I don't
happy.
think you would after a couple months.
Oh, no, I would, Tom. No, I would. I would, Tom.
They have
Another thing about RVs, you just can't park those in an empty space.
I know, that's the problem.
when I was looking into like getting one and everything, that I found that out the hard way because I was like, oh yeah, let me get an RV and travel and stuff, and then come to find out that there's certain places that you can park them and do everything. But
Right. I know. You just can't park it anywhere and live in it.
No, and they don't.
No.
Most states it's illegal to sleep in a rest stop.
really,
Oh, yeah. I don't know about that
I mean, I'm not
anymore.
saying how enforced it is, but they don't want you pulling up in an RV and sleeping a couple days there, and they keep a track on it. And
Yeah.
you go like in a residential neighborhood, and a cop, sees a generator running, he's going to kick your ass out of there too. And most these Walmarts don't want you can't park there. Not that Walmart doesn't want it; they don't have a problem with it. It's ordinances they pass in the city. An example is Rochester, Michigan. I know 2 expediters. The guy that drive parts and whatever to different places in vans. They got tickets for sleeping in the Walmart lot up there. Yeah.
well, I know a couple. Like I have a Walmart by my house, and I've noticed tractor trailers parked there sometimes, but I don't know if
Yeah.
they get kicked out or I have no idea. Like what
That's
the
that. See, I bet if they're sleeping in there, they get kicked out. If you see them overnight, they probably allow it there. Or the Walmart manager calls up the chief of police and says, hey, look, we got cross-country drivers delivering here. I know there's an ordinance against it, but we really don't have any choice. And they say, we're not going to, do it.
Well, yeah. I mean, the only place you could park it would be a homeless camp.
Yeah,
I mean
right. No, it's a problem though. It's not just like, and I get around quite a bit, take big trips. Like I'll take this trip to Chicago, then Detroit, then back. And there's lots of places. I don't notice it up there as much as I notice it down here. But like, there's not enough room for all the trucks and the rest stops anymore. And down here, it's illegal to park on the side of the road or on an entrance or exit ramp, but they're even letting them get away with that now.
they have
Inflow says you can sleep at a Cracker Barrel parking lot.
they have well like the plaza where the Walmart is by my house has like a huge empty parking lot and part of the plaza, and that's where they usually go to like park, I've noticed.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't see a problem with it. It's not loud. It's not
No,
like
I don't have a problem with it either.
it's not
It's their
like
parking lot.
if the thing with me is I would rather have a tractor trailer person sleep in an empty parking lot than have him on the road
Oh, he's not
tired.
doing that anyway. That's all electronic now.
Oh, is that?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. They will burn their ass huge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all automatic reporting now.
Because I knew before, like it was all like you had to write down, like you had like
No, those days are gone. It's all electronic. Actually, if you look up on the requirements for truck drivers, and you see the time limits on their driving, and like after so many days, this much rest, I'd like to know what the hell they do on days off when it's mandatory. They pull over. The hell you do?
Hmm.
I mean, you're 1,000 miles from home, and you got to be off the road. It's a lot. There's one break in there that's like 17 hours. You can't drive again. And what the hell do you do? I know what I'd do. That's just me. I'd have Stephanie with me. We'd be long haul truck drivers.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
You got to get that other hip fix, though.
Yeah, I couldn't sit that long anymore in the car.
Yeah.
Well, it's like people who have to live in the car. Where do they go park to sleep?
Oh,
I mean,
they get kicked out constantly.
yeah, I mean, where do you go?
Yeah. And if your engine's running, doesn't take an Einstein cop to figure out what's going on. And you'll see in a lot of small towns, even in the little town I lived up in north, this is how they burn your ass. They'll have signs out in the middle of nowhere, small towns, no parking on a public street from 2 till 7 a.m., shit like that, midnight till 7 a.m. So when you're parked out there and the engine's running and the cop pulls you, And so then he says, this is a public street, isn't it? He says, yeah, but you're not allowed to park here between midnight and 7. That's another way of keeping them out of there.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Never knew
Isn't that crazy? But there's all sorts of YouTube channels where they can, where these people live in their cars and stuff. Yeah. Good night, Jeff. Yeah,
That's
a lot of
cool.
them. Quite a few of them.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, you do what you have to do, right? But I think it'd be
Right.
pretty old sleeping in a car, especially as a female.
Yeah.
Oh, wouldn't that be awful? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they have and like the trucks and stuff, don't they have like sleeping quarters in some of them?
Yeah,
Like,
they do. Like doubles, singles. Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
Well,
I've talked to some of those guys, looked at them before. They seem nice, but I've also seen guys with double sleepers. You know, they will take a double bed, and they're parked in a hotel parking lot because they're tired of sleeping in that damn truck.
it's
They want to
crazy.
sleep in a bed, a real bed in a room. You
Hmm.
know? Yeah. That's
Stuff-
a tough life, man. Truck driver.
Oh, for sure. Well, a close friend of mine, he did it, and he had his own truck and everything. And he enjoyed it because he was kind of always a loner as it was. Like he wasn't a real people person. Like he kind of
Yeah.
just liked to do his own thing.
Yeah.
But because I always asked him, I'm like, when he would come for like a holiday or whatever, and this and that, and I'm like, well, don't you ever miss people sometimes? He's like, I don't like people anyways. He's like, I like doing,
There's
living.
not, they say there was more money in the 80s than there is now.
He was actually, I mean, he was making okay money, but not as much as I would have thought, being that he was a
No,
cross
I know.
truck driver.
Truckers made crazy money in the 70s and 80s, but not anymore.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy. Not what it used to be.
You definitely have to have a certain type of personality to be a truck driver, especially
You're
like,
not kidding, man. And it almost doesn't seem like to make sense to have a home where you're gone 80% of the time.
well, that's what it was. Like he would stay with his friend and like, give him a couple bucks like here and there, but like he wasn't really there that often. Like,
Yeah, right. Yeah,
like
yep. That's
he was
it.
over the road. So
Yeah. No, I don't think it'd be for me. I mean, it sounds good, but you get to these places. It's not like you got something to like. There's a lot of places you can't take a truck in.
he had some stories. Like he definitely had. We used to talk a lot when I would travel. You know, travel myself
Yeah.
because I'm not a big flyer. Like I've flown and stuff, but I'd rather
Hey,
drive.
JDS. Yeah.
He always gave me like the best routes to like certain states and like what to avoid and like where to stop and what food, where to stop and eat and everything and whatnot. But it's definitely a different, if
Yeah.
you're a very social person, I guess.
Usually people that drive truck drive it because they have to.
I
There's
mean,
no other place, with no specialty training or degree. It's either working that or at the local Ace Hardware store.
that's basically what he did before. He worked at a tire place.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
He was never, he never really liked people, liked being a loner, that was just
Yeah.
his
Whatever
thing.
happened to him?
He actually ended up retiring early, due to medical problems. But
Oh, okay.
he got a place here and um he's just living his best life by him, that's just what he prefers, to be alone. So
Yeah, I just can't. Stephanie, when you worked at Boeing, did you like that?
I loved it, Tom.
Now, could
I,
you have
I
kept working there longer?
oh yeah. Yeah, but I had to take an early retirement because health issues started coming.
Oh,
And
but didn't you do
when
the
I
grocery thing after that?
oh no, I did that during. I did
Oh,
both.
oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. I worked in the meat department on the weekends and sometimes during the week at night.
Wow.
Yeah.
2 jobs.
Oh yeah, yeah. I just uh, uh, threw myself into work. I've always had two. One time I had three jobs. I did I did I made coffee at espresso stands when they first started becoming popular.
Yeah,
I got a job making coffees. That was as fun as hell. I loved that little job. I just didn't make very much money,
yeah,
but that was fun. But no, I enjoyed working. Tom, I would be doing something now if I could physically. Um, I like living alone, but I liked working out with the people and
yeah.
talking to everybody.
Have you, Stephanie, have you ever thought about like volunteering for the Red Cross or something like that? Like
No.
something where it's not really that physical, it's not that stressful. You
Right.
just,
Well, yeah. A couple years ago, I volunteered at our food bank, but I had to stop because it made me too sad. I couldn't deal with the people. Um, it upset me.
um,
Um, the people would come in and I felt so bad for them.
well,
Um,
there's there's also a lot of churches that need people to like do whatever you want to do. You come in and
Yeah.
like do your
I'd
thing.
rather sleep in.
yeah, well, after I did that, I thought, volunteer work, I feel too bad for the people and you know, kind of want to block it out of my mind because it makes me sad. I
Yeah, yeah.
can't,
Yep.
yeah. I know that's foolish, but
No, that makes
um,
sense.
yeah, I was always feeling bad when I went there, and so I had to stop. Yeah,
Yeah. I'd rather donate money than do it.
right, Tom. That's what
Well,
I do.
when I was
Yeah.
working and had a younger family, like I donated a bunch of money because like I just didn't have the extra time to volunteer.
Right.
I was like, oh, I don't really.
Right.
But I
Yeah.
mean, it's up to you because like a lot of it's like a good social experience too, just to get you out and talking to people. And you seem like a very friendly, outgoing person,
Yeah,
Stephanie.
you'd be good at a lot of things, Stephanie.
Oh yeah, I know. I don't laugh at me, guys, but I think being a Walmart greeter would be fun as hell.
Do it.
I
Yeah.
can't. I can't. I couldn't stand that long, Michelle.
I think you can
Uh,
sit now.
You can set.
I don't know. Yeah, if they would let me sit, but my sister even thought about it too. Um, but I think that'd be fun as hell talking to people,
Do,
greeting them. Hey, how you doing? I would
or
love
wait a
that
minute, even
shit.
You'd
like,
have COVID all the time.
or what about even at a hospital? They always need like helping people at a hospital, and they don't require you to stand for extended periods of time, and people love those people. The people that you help, like you just go in there and you like help people, like you just tell them like what room they need to go to or whatever. Like those, everyone loves those people. Nobody ever gives those people a hassle, ever.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I don't know, Michelle. I've gotten to the point where I like being home and being on Tom's chat.
There you go. Yeah.
God, watching my TV, seeing the kids. Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah. I worked at some animal rehabs. I liked it.
Yeah, I volunteered at a couple animal places here before. It was very relaxing for me to work with the animals. So like after if I was really stressed, they didn't they had like an open they didn't care like when you really came in or whatever. Like volunteers like didn't really have a set schedule or anything. And I'd go in and walk the dogs or clean a cage or, play with animals, clean up, whatever. And they didn't care. I used it as kind of like a stress reliever.
Yeah, I liked mine for a while, but I was really into birds for a while, and I knew a hell of a lot more about birds than they did. And twice they killed baby birds by leaving a fan on. I said, "You guys, if that happens another time, man, I'm not working here anymore. I've told you, they got idiots working there. Shouldn't even be around birds." Sure enough, it happened again. 3 baby cardinals, and I never went back.
Yeah,
Huh.
you have to be careful. Like my mother, she has a parrot, a green Amazon, and
Does
you
it
have to
bite the
be,
hell out of her?
yes, it
You
does.
better
Like
believe it. You better
later,
believe they do.
it wasn't till later. Like that bird used to be so friendly. Like
Yeah.
literally, it
That's
used to
probably
come.
because she probably backed off handling it.
She did. Nope, she
Yeah,
did. That's what
that'll do it.
I said
They're
that she.
mean as hell. And I'll tell you, those Amazons have a bite worse than any of those
Yes.
big macaws.
Oh, don't. They can break your finger.
Yeah.
It's not even cute.
Oh.
It will hurt you.
No. I've seen them fly on people's shoulder and go down their back, biting them all the way down to their butt.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Plus, they have that damn feather dust, which is not good for your lungs.
Yes, it does suck. Like, no, she has to, it's an upkeep. It's
It
definitely,
is, man. It is. And I think, honestly, I don't think birds should be caged.
I mean, I
It's a
don't,
shit life for a bird. They got fucking wings to fly.
right,
You're sitting
right.
in somebody's fucking living room for 40 years. I mean, they'd kill themselves if they could do it some way.
I mean, like,
It's a shit life for a bird.
I've gotten yelled at too, though, for not letting my cats go outside. But like,
No, that's a domesticated cat with
my diff,
legs that can run around your house. Give them a catnip or buy them one of those carpet
yeah, but
3-story
everyone's
things.
like, oh, they're meant to be outside and chase after
No,
the
that's
some
bullshit. I
birds
mean,
and not.
some are, some are not. If you're like where I live here, you could get away with it. But they say 1 in 10 wild birds' life ends from a feral cat.
Oh, I saw my mother's house. They have a lot of feral cats over there, and
Yeah,
I've seen it firsthand. This one cat was being sneaky in the high grass and literally within seconds
yeah.
attacked a bird, like jumped up, got it. Like,
Yeah, the reason for that is cats are about 10,000 years behind dogs as far as domestication. Another 10,000 years, they won't be doing that.
hmm,
Yeah, they're still like, semi-wild. A dog, in warm climates, some of them can get away with it. But I'll tell you, man, these coyotes, like JMO was mentioning that too. I mean, I'd have to see that on video. I think these coyotes are getting blamed for eating a lot of stuff they're not eating either. Because I had coyotes all over around my house in West Branch. We had more fucking cats than you could throw a stick at. Having kittens all the time. I never saw any of them come up missing. I had a cat. I was cleaning my van one day, and then I forgot what I did. I had another car, and I went somewhere for 2.5 weeks, and it was hot, like 90s. And I came back, and I walked in front of the van, and I saw cat hair on the dash. I thought, uh-oh. I opened the door. Cat jumped out. He was in there for 2.5 weeks. No food, no water. 90. Who knows how hot it was in the van. He lived. He's still running around up there. I'll probably see him when I go back.
wow.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. But they say coyotes are always eating, and you'll go on YouTube and you'll see a coyote trying to eat a damn dog on a chain somewhere once in a while. But anywhere that I've been where there were a bunch of them around, it sure didn't seem to affect the damn cat population at all.
Hmm.
I don't know whether the cats are just like, good at like staying away or what, but it wasn't easy pickings like you'd think.
I
Oh, so she said the neighbor found carcasses, even that of deer. Now I've read articles on that, and they say the deer that coyotes kill are like something's wrong with them. They broke a leg, they
yeah,
got sick, they
usually
were
it's
old.
yeah, usually it's some like I mean They do attack, but
They're
I
a
mean,
problem in certain places too. They were getting to where they were downtown Chicago. I mean, 2 million people down there during a business day, and one of them was in a damn 7-Eleven, where you pull that thing open to get an ice cream bar.
no, shut up.
Yeah, I'm not kidding you. You can Google it. Google coyote in downtown Chicago freezer or a cooler. They're everywhere. Yeah.
Well,
I see these mountain cats are a problem places too.
mountain lions?
Yeah, mountain lions killing, attacking stuff. I know they're super protected in California. They got more damn protection than a person out jogging.
Well, what I found interesting is
Yeah, fawns too. Yep.
when I traveled to Florida and I went to go on, I rented a couple jet skis. Everywhere you see these signs for the manatees. And I saw one once, like, watch out for the manatees, like, don't harass. Obviously, just, don't be an asshole if you see a manatee, you know.
No, they're
And,
super protected too.
and they're they're huge, but
Yeah.
like literally wouldn't hurt. Wouldn't they look mean, but
No, they
they're
can't hurt us. They're vegetarians.
yeah, they're like awesome. And then here I
Boats
was
hit them. Boats hit them's the problem.
oh, yeah,
Boats kill
well,
them.
you pay attention. You just gotta pay attention. You can
Yeah,
see
but they're
them.
underwater.
Not always. Like
No, but when they are, that's when they hit them.
complete.
They're not like trying to hit them. You get in a ton of shit when you collide with one of those things. It's huge. Like down around
Yeah.
Crystal River and those areas. I mean, they're all over down there. I've tried to there's places you can go and go on, swim around. I've tried that twice and I didn't even see one.
Really?
Yeah. They're weird. They're sensitive to cold. They have a problem with them, like in these nuclear reactor areas where the warm water discharges. Yeah, and if you get one of these crazy cold snaps in Florida, it can take them out. Yeah, they're very sensitive to cold. Yeah. Crazy.
There was another animal in Florida that I was like infatuated with.
Yeah,
Well,
key deer.
is
Those
that what it was?
miniature deer down in the Keys.
That's probably what it was.
Yeah, they're like 2 feet tall. They'll hang you by the
Yeah.
balls if you hit one of those too.
But one thing I remember the first time when I went to Florida when I was young, and
Turtles too.
what freaked me out the most was what are those insects that crawl all over the place? Like they're all over.
Cockroaches.
No, not cockroaches. They're I'm sorry,
Centipedes.
reptiles. What
Oh,
reptile?
iguanas.
Yeah, they're all
It's a
over the
huge
place.
problem.
All over.
No, all over. And
I
they
was like,
carry a lot of them carry salmonella.
they're like
Look at the problem they're having with these boa constrictors and stuff. These pythons. They got like teams of people out killing those things all day long, and it hasn't phased them. There's a YouTube video I just got a recommended thing. Damn lady went over to feed a guy's pet boa constrictor and it strangled her to death.
you don't want to mess with big
Oh my
snakes. Just
God.
don't.
Yeah. Shit, no, I know what I should have got my ex-wife.
Well,
It's like, what a shame. You're not breathing. He'd had his work cut out, though, swallowing that ass.
Oh God.
well, I mean, like with snakes, you got to be really careful. Like even if you have a pet snake, like make sure.
Yeah, I know. I don't think they should be in cages either. They've villainized venomous snakes, which also you were talking about the ecosystem, the important part they play on it. Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
And these people killing these rattlesnakes is bullshit, man. Your chance of getting bit by a rattlesnake is almost like nothing. They try to get away from you. They rattle, every other damn thing. I mean, you got to be one unlucky son of a bitch to get bit by a venomous snake. You really do.
You have to basically be trying to hurt them.
And most people that
So,
get
like,
bit, we're trying to kill them.
yeah, that's what I was about to say.
But look on YouTube. They've got some interesting videos of the different kinds of snakes that have bitten people and the damage it did, the tissue damage, destroys nerve endings. You know what the average bill is now if you get bit by a venomous snake, I don't care what kind it is, in what state it is, how much you think your hospital bill is to be hospitalized over a venomous snake bite? Take a guess. The average. You're not going to believe it.
$5,000?
350.
No way.
Yes. I know a lady that got bit by a Mississauga rattler in Ann Arbor. This was 10 years ago, and that bill was $183,000.
Oh.
Yeah, it's crazy expensive. Wow. Yeah. I just saw a video yesterday on YouTube of some kid that got bit by, I had a neighbor get bit by a pygmy rattler in a tree bought at Home Depot. And I'll tell you a myth too on snakes. They say that the young ones you're better off getting bit by an adult because the young ones can't control their venom. That's a total myth. Total nonsense bullshit. A little one can fuck you up just as bad as a big one and vice versa.
I never was like, I never
They're
liked
beautiful
snakes.
if you ever see them. I went to the Rattlesnake Festival last winter. Fascinating. They're beautiful animals. I mean, diamondback, even the copperhead is gorgeous. Look up a copperhead snake. I mean, it looks like the most beautiful, like, tapestry you've ever seen in your life, and it's alive.
I actually have video. It wasn't of a snake, but it was, what was it? When I was in Florida last time, like in front of the place we were staying, it looked like a bobcat. I'll have to like bring up the
Well,
video.
speaking of that,
But
I'm glad you brought that up because JMO is mentioning coyotes killing fawns. The Michigan DNR did a study on what was taking out all the fawns in the spring, and they were shocked at how many bobcats were killing them.
so I could have saw a bobcat then in Florida, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what kind
We
of
have them around
cat.
here. There's a couple of them around here. They're really hard to see, though.
Yeah, like I was like, is that a bobcat? Because I wasn't sure, and I tried to zoom in on, like, I didn't want to get too close,
Yeah,
obviously,
they're cool. You couldn't get close to one.
but this, it wasn't a regular sized
No,
cat.
they're
This wasn't
cute,
like,
huge paws
yeah, this was
and
a,
pointy ears and
and
beautiful.
it attacked, what was it going after? It was doing the whole cat thing and everything. I'm like, oh, uh-oh, like
No,
some
they're
animals.
expert hunters. I can't. If you ever see their claws, I bet nothing ever gets away from them when they latch onto it.
Yeah, it was crazy. I saw it
Same with these grizzly
firsthand.
bear claws. My God, have you ever seen those?
No, I don't want to see the, I don't,
Holy shit.
Tom, I don't want to get that close to a bear to see the bear's
No, me
claws.
neither. You know, I met that guy that was eaten by the bear. So was his girlfriend, Timothy Treadwell, in Kodiak, Alaska. There's two guys that fly around, drop you off. He would just happen to be there. And then, like 5 years later, him and his girlfriend both got eaten alive. It's on
Oh my
YouTube.
God.
Yeah, ate him alive. They got audio of him screaming while he's
Oh
eating him
God.
alive. Look it up, Timothy Treadwell. I see that Werner Herzog, the guy that did a documentary. That prick just died. They were having some memorial. He made Timothy Treadwell look like as big a douchebag as he could after he made a documentary. I mean, Timothy Treadwell was a very eccentric guy, you know, a likable guy. I mean, he's an interesting guy, but it ate them both alive. I feel so bad for the girlfriend because, you know, everybody knew you were supposed to get the hell out of there. Going into the fall, they're looking to stock up on whatever they eat. And he was always having problems with the wildlife authorities, and he stayed another week and then ended up costing. But the damn bear ate her first, and then maybe a day or two later, ate him first, and then maybe a day or two later ate her. Can you imagine her 2 days after seeing her boyfriend get eaten alive? How scared she must have been.
That's crazy.
I mean, this bear was shitting out their hats.
Well,
It's
just
not
like
good.
just like you said, remember you talked about the spiders and the bananas.
Yeah.
And like how I
Brown recluse.
how I ended up finding a spider in the
Yeah. We've got a
in the
new spider here, a Joro spider. It looks like it just like kill you by looking at you. It's huge. I saw two of them this summer, and I couldn't find them on any of the Florida, on any of the Georgia stuff. Well, as it turns out, they're in New York now too. Joro spider, beautiful. As it turns out, totally harmless, no venom, don't do shit, but eat insects. So if you see one, leave them alone. But he'll scare the hell out of you. They're huge. Beautiful, though. Most beautiful stripes. We got a lot of orb weavers down here, about 40 kinds, actually. And I watched them a lot this year. And they're fascinating creatures.
Most beautiful reptiles are usually poisonous. If they're pretty, I would stay away from
There's
them.
another YouTube video I happen to be watching where those damn big-ass Komodo dragons fucking up people.
Stay
Poisonous,
away from
giant, like lizards. There was a famous actress whose husband got bit in the foot and her bit his foot off. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, bearded dragon. You know, speaking of bearded dragon, now this is weird. This Chelsea Grimm, Grimm, came up missing end of September, 1st of October. All over the news. Looking all over, hired PIs, came for money. And then as you read more into it, a cop saw her in a cemetery, said she was taking pictures of the graveyard, doing some kind of documentary on dead soldiers, shit like that. Then they found her car the next day, 2 flats, and her pet bearded dragon and her gone. Now, if you look at her on the internet, nothing. There's been like no updates. But I read a couple articles on Reddit, which I never do. But that information seems to be the most accurate to me compared to YouTube guys playing private detective. People seem to just know more on Reddit when they're in those discussion on those blogs. And evidently she had some mental problems, and they had said that she had done stuff like this in the past. And I'm just kind of wondering if the media just dropped it once they read what I read, because she's still not found. It's still on the police department's website and nothing for about 7 or 8 weeks. Chelsea Grimm, Grimm. Yeah. Hey, you just never know. But her bearded dragon's gone, and her car was there with 2 flats.
I've always found it weird how some people just end up vanishing.
Yeah, they end up vanishing. It happens all the time in these out in the middle of nowhere parks. You look at deaths in national parks, you're going to be shocked. They fall off the damn rim of the Grand Canyon all summer long. There's a place in Michigan, Painted Rocks. There's been, 3 or 4 people that have fallen off there while I was living up there. It's limestone. They go out to take a picture, and it cracks away, and off they go, 150-foot drop, and bang their head on a rock.
Well, one of the parks here, we have a lot of parks. I went on a trail once. I took my family. I'm like, yeah, let's go on this hiking trail. They're all bitching about, don't want to do this, whatever. But during our trail, you wouldn't believe it. Like a 50-foot tree literally fell like a foot in front of me. Literally just totally dropped, literally during the it was
I don't know.
crazy.
I didn't know these people well, but I had met them before. 2 different people got killed by trees camping.
I mean, this tree, it came out of nowhere. We're just hiking, la-da-da, then all of a sudden, literally a foot in front of me. I was like, what just happened here? I'm like, come on, guys, let's go. Let's hurry up.
No. And like, we've got these 125-year-old pecan trees out here, and the branches grow straight out. Like it's a 90-degree angle from the ground. I'll bet one of those branches weighs probably 1,800 pounds. I mean, you tend to think as like wood is benign and stuff, but after we get a big storm through here, you drive around, you'll see branches all over that like broke off, and you would not have want to gotten hit with them.
Oh, no way. No way.
Yeah, it'd cave your damn head in a heartbeat.
They do a good job around here trimming trees near
It's a
roads.
nightmare here because there's so many like sustainable forests planted for paper.
Oh, okay.
You drive down I-20, there's trees that any big windstorm, it's going to be blocking highways around here.
We've had that here too, Tom, because we get wind and rainstorms. And the next day you'll go driving and there'll be trees and branches and everything all over the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been sitting out on the porch twice this summer, and you'll hear it start to crack. It sounds like lightning, like a lightning strike. You'll hear it crack, and then you'll hear boom. And then some big-ass tree fell down someplace. And like I'll
Oh,
look
yeah.
around here, I don't see anything, but if you want to spend 20 minutes or so looking around, you will find it. But it's surprising how loud it is when a big ass tree falls down. It's not as close as you'd expect it to be for the noise that it made. But they'll start cracking as the weight gets over and it's falling over. And another thing I've noticed on these big ass giant branches, they don't like break off like you cut it next to the trunk with a chainsaw. They crack and then break down. You know what I mean? Like at an angle. So you got a little better chance by not getting totally wiped out by the bend. It's not like somebody cut it off at the trunk and the whole big damn heavy thing just came down. All of a sudden, they crack where it enters the trunk, and then that long part like hits the ground, but you can still get busted up. I'm very careful about where I'm standing when it's windy around here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But on the big tall trees like we have, you'd be surprised at people that's the number one thing that kills people cutting down trees with no experience. The wind. Look on YouTube, people cutting down tree accidents. It's crazy. And
Oh,
that's
I
because
know.
you'd be surprised how much surface space is on a big gas tree. And they're cutting it down, they're cutting the notch so they think it's going to fall away from the house. Not if you've got some wind. You've got that
Oh, I
whole
know.
150 feet blowing
Yeah.
against that thing from the other way, which is way more power than what that notch the other direction is going to provide by gravity.
They're constantly around here. They have a team of people
Yeah.
who just like trim and cut back trees that are near like roadways and stuff just to make sure,
See,
just
the
because
federal government came out with a new mandate about 3 or 4 years ago that told these power companies, from now on, when there's storms going through there, you're going to get your ass fined huge for every day after the first day that power's not restored. That's why you'll see where a lot of neighbors and stuff were bitching over the years. They'd come through, and before they weren't that strict, and they took full advantage of all the easements. And in places like Madison, Wisconsin, and Ann Arbor, Michigan, everybody pitched a bitch. You're cutting down all our trees. Yeah, they did it because they didn't want to get fined, and it was legal. And a couple people filed these frivolous lawsuits because it didn't look like it did before they cut down God's trees and all this shit, but they didn't go anywhere because it was part of the easement granted to them for power. Ann Arbor's a fruity fucking town anyway. They spent like $30,000. They didn't want to shoot the deer or trap the deer or allow anybody to hunt them. So you know what they did? They paid some company to come in and tranquilize them, give them hysterectomies. Look it up. I'm not shit yet. Talk about it's so expensive in Ann Arbor, Michigan now that the physicians can't even afford to live within the city limits. Crazy taxes. That's the kind of shit they're blowing money on. What's that?
Why is it so expensive?
I'll tell you, my opinion, it's like one of the few nice cities in Michigan.
Oh,
you really want to, go and live. And
right.
That's what's happening now. People are paying a high premium for safety.
Right.
Cops that show up.
Yeah.
Here's some more craziness in Ann Arbor. They don't want the police department pulling over blacks anymore. They want them to just send the citation in the mail because it may be potential conflict on their civil rights.
Are you serious?
I'm not fucking shitting you.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is how nuts it's. Madison, Wisconsin. A lot of these college towns. Athens, Georgia. University of Chicago. University of Illinois. Berkeley. Stanford. You got every smart kook in the world going there. With money. Yeah, now I like deer and I don't like to hunt. I mean, you saw what I did with the mouse and the sticky trap. But if I lived in a city and you start spending money on hysterectomies for deer, I got a real problem. I mean, I'd hate to feral pigs are hurting the ecosystem too. They're domestic pigs that have gotten loose. Now they got a super pig that's fucking up everything. And thank God on the trail cams that I had all winter long, I only got one pig because I don't want to shoot those either, but I will at a certain point. No, I haven't had a drink in about a year.
I mean, to have
A month. I'm sorry.
to have
I got a point on all this shit when I draw the line.
if they're spending my tax money on hysterectomies,
Deer hysterectomies. They didn't want to kill them. I'm kind of like that too, but I got a point. You know, like I took one mouse out of one sticky trap. If there were 15 of those motherfuckers running across the top of my picture frame tonight, they'd all be dead by 3 o'clock in the morning. I got to draw a line in the sand on all this shit.
Can you picture Tom having like 15 mice? He'd be swearing and everything. He'd probably step on them. Yeah.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
I'd kill those motherfuckers any way I could. It's just like, I'll tell you another place that's gotten like this. You got a lot of money, Hilton Head. Those are wannabe rich people. They're not really rich people. They got 3, 4, 5 million. They're not Palm Beach money at all. Well, I'm the same way. Protect the alligators. You know, they're here, they're living, but to a fucking certain extent. They'll give you a $250 ticket for getting too close to an alligator taking a picture. You know, they're trying to protect you from yourself for being so fucking stupid, like these bisons in Yellowstone National Park. But I guarantee you, these alligators, a bunch of them on YouTube, they crawl through fences. They go through
I've seen them, Tom. Yeah.
Like it ain't shit. And I guarantee you, if a goddamn alligator pried his way through a metal fence in my backyard in Hilton Head, South Carolina, and ate Daisy, I'd kill every one of those motherfuckers. You'd have to go to the zoo to see one. No, I got a line that I draw in the sand on this shit. You know, at a certain point, I'm trying to be a good guy, protect life. But if it gets to a certain point where they're like, I'll tell you, I know 2 people in Michigan. One had $160,000 and another had $190,000 damage to their log cabin homes because of pileated woodpeckers. The woody woodpecker kind of looking one with the red head.
They're horrible.
Now, I love those too. And they're a migrating bird sometimes. Most of the times they'll stay places. But you're not supposed to be shooting those things. If they catch you shooting when you're in major trouble. But when they start fucking up doing that kind of damage to my house, I got to take the matter in my own hands. I love birds, but not when you're ruining my house. We had the same thing happen here with these carpenter bees. They look like bumblebees, only they're carpenter bees. They drill a perfect 3/8 hole in wood. Looks like you did it with a drill. You can be sitting out here on the porch and hear them chewing. You know, they want to lay eggs in the spring. And they're great pollinators. They run circles around a honeybee when it comes to pollination. And then you look up, you see all these 50 fucking holes in the goddamn ceiling. Now, I won't have that at mine because I have hardy board and a metal roof, right? But this is an older home. It's pine. And once I read up on it, I thought, fuck this, man. Once I patched 67 holes they drilled this spring through the wood, and then who knows what goes through there? I got carpenter bee traps and killed about fucking 1,000 of them.
You don't want you don't want
drew the line. Do you have those where you're at?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Holy shit, man. You think a carpenter's out there that's noise. They do it with their like mouth.
Wow.
Yeah, when they start fucking up here, it looks like fucking Swiss cheese.
Huh.
There's definitely certain insects that'll do.
Yeah, and I thought, certain insects, same with termites, same shit. I thought when they start doing that kind of damage, it's me or you, it's going to be me. All that shit.
I never thought that ants.
They do pull up. You're right.
I never thought ants were like horrible.
Oh, fucking red ants. I got a blitzkrieg on those too. I didn't want to kill those the first year here. And now it's like I'm obsessed with it. You go around here, they'll build a real high mound going into the winter. Those red ants, you know, they came, I think, all this shit that like wrecks the fucking United States, almost all of it came from Asia. Whether it's a plant, a fucking weirdo fly.
You're right.
Some kind of red ants. These, I hate doing that too because, you know, they're here living. And for the first year, I didn't kill them. And then I thought, fuck this. Now it's my duty. If you go around here, all 5 acres that are cut, you won't find a fucking red ants because I'm fucking with them constantly.
We had
shit on their mound, running over them.
We had the same problem with it was what insect was it that was eating a certain tree that came from China? Because it happened.
Oh yeah, the pine bark beetle,
Yeah. Well, guess what?
emerald borer beetle too.
Yeah. My whole neighborhood, like all the oak trees,
Yeah, kill all
were
the
just
tree.
demolished.
Oh
They were
yeah,
they demolished like a whole
yeah,
freaking neighborhood of
yeah.
oak
No, they
trees.
will. Yep, yep. No,
Wow.
they'll ruin pine bark beetle and the emerald borer bear, emerald something like that. Emerald beetle borer bear. They're beautiful. It looks like a jewel, like this green, iridescent green. They're beautiful bugs. But it's
Yeah.
time for them to go. Same with
I know.
cockroaches. They can transmit a
Ugh,
virus. Cockroaches.
I hate cockroaches.
Yeah. True survivors. I mean, these countries need to get smart. If I had a country as head of a country, I'd can whatever the fuck they had flying on the flag. I'd fly a fucking cockroach. You know, bald eagle's a sign of like strength, and that's a bunch of bullshit. They just sprayed DDT for like 3 years and goddamn near killed everyone. You try that shit with the cockroach. You can flamethrow that son of a bitch, spray him with poison, not give him any food, turn the temperature down 100 below zero. That fuckers have more babies than you could dream of daily. They are one tough, resilient, kick-ass living species.
We should do a experiment with a experiment with
No.
a cockroach.
Emerald
Like
ash borer. That's what it is for it. Yep. Emerald ash borer.
Tom, put a cockroach in like an aquarium thing,
Oh, that
right?
fucker will live forever. He'll outlive us.
If we'll do an
And
experiment, we'll name it.
he'll have like 12 trillion babies.
I want to, yeah, but I want you to document it, and then I want
That's
you
a
to
good
like
idea.
don't give it food. I want to see how long this thing lives.
No,
Do
he'll
like
live
an
for fucking
experiment.
ever. And if he doesn't, his 10 million babies will. I mean, these things they live on that you cannot give them water. I mean, they eat like a piece of dust and it lasts them 30 years. You
Oh,
turn the
God.
fucking light on, you got to be a goddamn pro boxer to smash one with your hand. You go to swat him, he sees it coming. He's fucking 10 feet down the kitchen counter. Time your hand hits the top. Then he hides around the peanut butter, and you pick that up, and he hauls ass under the toaster. They're a fucking bitch to kill.
Oh,
Only
God.
once you kill her, you got to get lucky. They're
I'm
half
wondering
dead.
what's the purpose of the cockroach?
That's a good question. It's the all-time symbol of strength. Cockroaches. I mean, they look at exterminators, man. Look at all these exterminators all over the place. Still got cockroaches. These red ants are the same way. You know, little tiny ants. You know, the kinds that give you that little welt when they bite you.
Mm-hmm.
You go out there and just step on their thing, smash it flat. There'll be 10 million of them running around. 3 days later, it'll be right like it was before you kicked it over. Working nonstop, round the clock, and it'll be full of eggs.
But I don't think they live that long.
Yeah, but they don't need to when you're having 10 billion babies a day. I mean, these things are survivors, man. The cockroach, I think that's not number one on my list, though.
Ugh.
You know, they always have like the monarch butterfly or something fucking like those things are on the decline because of, you know, shit they spray on the stuff they like and cars and, you know, how they make it down to Mexico is a miracle.
I'm gonna check YouTube to see if someone did a cockroach.
No, they need to do a
experiment.
cockroach thing. They got ones you can buy as pets, like these real huge ones that you'd stand a chance at killing because they're not like lightning fast. But the kind around here, yeah, I'd have the most bulletproof cage in the world. He'll outlive you.
What's that? What's the one bug that's in the south where they're kissing all the time? They're called like kissing flies or kissing something.
Katie did?
I think that's what they're called.
Yeah, they live underground for like 7 years.
Yep.
Yeah, they
That's
just
it.
they don't do. I don't think they do any hurt damage
But
that I
They
know
only
of.
come out for like 1 month, like
Yeah, loud, real noisy.
Yep, that's them.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I didn't know this till I took a trip out to Montana about 3 years ago, and I always thought grasshoppers were harmless, but they're not. As grass is budding, like a new blade of grass, they'll fuck up the thing as it gets to split before, you know, the blade starts, and they'll ruin grass, eating it.
I believe it.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah. It's crazy. Humid air. That's exactly right. Yep, humid air. They live on dust and stuff. I mean, Florida's a perfect example.
Mhm.
Cockroaches are everywhere down there, man. You can even you go into a restaurant, they're always trying to like if you didn't like fumigate like every 2 days, you just they'd be running across tables and shit. It's a super problem down there. And if you go into like an old restaurant, like one that's been around forever, with old construction, and if there's any little hole or crack or like a pipe or something they'll crawl through, it's got to be a constant nightmare. I think that's why they leave the lights on places sometimes.
Well, you
People don't
you
see them.
lived you lived in Florida for a while. Like,
Yeah,
how was it dealing
terrible
with?
everywhere.
Oh, really?
I've had them run across my face at night.
Oh,
Yeah. Of course, I
Jesus.
missed them. You
And
know what it is. And the big ones, the palmetto bugs, they fly. They'll fly in. I see them out here in the summer sometimes. No, they're true survivors. They have Louisiana too, tons of them, just everywhere. You talk to that exterminator. I'm sure there's places that he's been, like restaurants you'd never guess. There was a famous steakhouse in Ypsilanti, Michigan, right next to Ann Arbor, Hobbs, Haabs. They finally went out of business after like 120 years. And I knew a guy that exterminated in there, and he said that that place was just filled with, jammed with cockroaches. There was an Asian restaurant there too, and I knew a lady that they did appliance repair. And they would bring in their appliances, and she said there were just cockroaches all over these like toasters and like warmers and stuff like
you,
that.
you know what? Like, I worked at a couple of food places, and I mean, was it perfect?
Yeah.
No, but like, I never saw anything that out of
They're
control.
proactive. That's why. And it's funny you should say that because take McDonald's as an example. That was
Hmm.
one of the factors in their early success is they bulletproof those places as good as they could. Tile on the floor, tile on the walls in the kitchen, stainless steel, no cracks. They designed those and people knew they were clean. Were you
Yeah,
going to Johnny Shrimp's shack down in Louisiana or something?
I was
You
so
wouldn't
su-
want to be in there at night,
I was so
old
su-
buildings. But
yeah.
McDonald's, part of their design was to keep insects out, and it worked. You never needed to worry about. You don't see too many McDonald's. I'm not saying it ever happens where you go in there and they're dirty, where there are cockroaches running around because they got it set up where it's hard for them to hide. They keep it pretty clean, and there's no it's not an easy place to like live.
Yeah, I was definitely surprised. I mean, like, every now and then you'd see like a fly or a fruit fly. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
fly.
that's
It's another thing at McDonald's. It's called negative airflow. If you go into a restaurant that's just a mom and pop place and there's fucking flies flying all over, you notice that doesn't happen with McDonald's because they pressurize very light pressure. There's more pressure on the inside than there is the outside. So when you open those double doors up in a McDonald's, it'll blow air in your face. You ever notice that when you go into a restaurant sometimes?
yeah.
You open that door and like the wind comes out a little bit. That's by design. It blows insects out rather than allows them to fly in.
So that's why Wegmans does that too.
That's
Wegmans
why.
has
That's
the same
why.
thing. I
You
never
better
knew why
believe
when
it.
you walked into
Yeah.
like Wegmans, like there was this
No.
you
If
get
if Wegmans didn't do that, they'd half their produce would be eaten every day.
you have a point.
No, yeah, no. It's called positive pressure. So the pressure outside is negative. And when
Hmm.
you open, you feel that like blow of wind in your face when you go into like newer restaurants. That's why it's designed. Yeah, it makes sense. And you go into like an old place, they got the best like clam rolls or some shit. There'll be more fucking flies inside than there are outside.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't like eating outside of that, man. A damn fly flying around. It doesn't really gross me out that bad. It's just like, bothersome. You're trying to like eat and like, you
Yeah.
like spend your whole time trying to keep this fly from landing on your hot dog.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a pain in the ass.
Yep.
What are you going to do? Just let them sit there and eat? It's
I
distracting.
know.
Trying to enjoy your food.
And those flies are so dirty, they land on anything.
Yeah, they do. They can transmit a virus too.
Ugh.
And I'm sure somewhere in that Wegmans chain, You know, you've been fucked with those fruit flies.
Oh, they're such a pain in the summer,
Oh my
guys.
God.
They're
You
such a
only live
pain.
like fucking 9 days or some shit.
It was a constant battle. We
Oh
really
shit, yeah.
did.
You know, the constant battle was, you know, there was a billion eggs on the bananas that you didn't see.
Right. Well, that's the
They're hard
thing.
to
Like
kill too.
it, it was, but we did like I gotta tell you, for produce, and you know how everything goes, they do a really good job at trying to keep them out of
Yeah, they
the
do.
produce in store. They
Yeah,
really do.
they do. Now, some of the stores around here, I don't like them as much. Ingles. Do you guys have this where you live, where you go in there and every hour there's a spray of mist on the corn and the lettuce and stuff? Did they have that out there?
But they would do that
Yes.
with produce, but I would turn them off and I would just spray them myself, like in the morning and then at night. Like I didn't like the sprayers that they had because they would go off constantly, and then there's water all over the place and
Yeah,
stuff
no,
would get
to me it
moldy.
seems like it'd be a nightmare.
It's a waste of
Does the
resource.
stuff last longer because of that, or does it just keep the flies from landing on it?
I don't know. I wouldn't say the stuff lasts longer because you figure, okay, the plants are already out of the soil. So
Yeah,
they're gonna go, like,
right.
whether you water it or not. They're already uprooted and not planting anymore. So, I mean,
Yeah,
I would spray them in the morning because, like, some of them still had dirt from the farms out of the boxes.
yeah. I
So I
think
would,
these grocery stores or somebody's lying about the profit margin and that shit too. Because I've read a million times that the markup in produce is 3%. They used to say that at Borders books too. And I do believe there's not a lot of profit in books. Well, if there's not a lot of profit in books and you're only making, you know, whatever they claim, like 10% or whatever, how in the fuck are you giving 70% off?
there's definitely profit to be made.
But it's got to be more than 3%, isn't it?
I never saw,
I mean, who would even bother with it?
there was
Unless you bring them in for the vegetables and fuck them on the bread and milk.
what they would do is, well, what Wegmans did is they did their consistent low prices. So basically, they had like 20 to 50 main items throughout the store that sold the most, and they always kept those at a low price.
Yeah, they got that shit down. You know, Walmart's been got busted for that, for selling shit cheaper than they paid for it. It's illegal.
Really?
It was illegal in Michigan.
Hmm.
You know, like lost leaders,
Yeah.
but you
No,
can't sell it lower than what you paid for it.
really?
Yeah.
Unless if it's
I'd
like,
hate to compete against those people though. They're better now than they used to be.
I mean, Walmart always got the better deals. When I was a vendor doing that, Walmart always, for whatever
That's
reason,
because they
I'd have,
bought, you know, 19 train loads of it.
right. Well, not only that, but they're, it's such a big
You're
change
right,
as
son.
overall. So they get
You got to hand
discounted
it to
price.
Walmart though, as far as a business model.
Oh, they did it.
They
They
sure
they
did, didn't they?
they did it.
Who ever thought that you could build a mega store in every bumfucked Egypt town there is and just crush everybody within 25 miles?
They did it. And
They sure did.
the funny thing is I was never a big Walmart fan,
No,
like,
me either.
ever. But like, there's a following. There's a
Yeah, but
definite,
they were set, you got to admit, they were set up perfect for a failing standard of living.
yeah,
No, it's the only affordable place now to go consistently.
right. Oh, for sure.
And I'm surprised Walmart hasn't been busted for racism, because I can prove it to you. Where there's, you know, more affluent crowds, their stores are 100% better than where they're not. From the choice of their food to the quality to the cleanliness to the shit in the parking lot or being immaculate. I can go either way here. I can go to Thompson, which is a dump, or I can go to Madison, which is great. Prime cuts of meats and all sorts of crazy shit you'd never think you'd see in a Walmart.
When I was a vendor and I used to go to different Walmarts, and I was just amazed at how much
You're
better
right,
certain
Drifter.
stores were ran than others. But then if you were to go to Wegmans, it didn't matter what Wegmans you went to, they were all basically on the same level. But like Walmart, it was like all over
No,
the
yeah.
place.
But
All over the
but I
place.
think Wegmans is a different clientele in general, don't you?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
But they definitely took more care of their stores than Walmart. It would be amazing. I'd go to one store and I'd be like, oh, this is ran pretty decent. Then I'd go to another store and like no one cared. Like there was
That's how it
just
is down here.
stuff all over the place, junk, like
Yeah,
half
yeah,
the
that's how it is.
stores.
The one in Thompson.
Yeah,
Park
the
shit all
store.
over the parking lot, burn out light bulbs, old
No, like
stained chip tiles.
half of the store is empty.
Yeah.
Where's
Yeah.
the product?
Even
Oh,
the
we don't know.
freezers and the coolers look dingy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, and then you go to the one out in Madison the other way. Not great everything. It's another 10 miles, but I got like today I went to Thompson because I was just getting like some salads. But normally I go to Madison. They got a way better selection. It's cleaner. Everything's 1,000 times better.
Well, they found employees that actually care about their job and whatnot
Yeah.
too.
But it's mainly, I think, the population. You got like upper middle income people that shop there. And the other place, it's like lower income people, lower middle income class. And, they can get away with it. You got to shop somewhere. And if you don't like it, well, you're not going anywhere else either. So we might as well keep it this way. There's something to it. I'm just surprised they haven't been busted because you could tie it to demographics and race pretty easily.
I'm surprised they haven't either because some of the stuff I saw as far as food safety goes and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is gross. This isn't
Yeah.
even like.
Yeah, it's a huge difference. Crazy. So Mark Kropka, he's going to be having a special show next week. He said some kind of game. We're going to come up with a new pierogi name.
Pierogi. I used to love pierogies when I
Me
was
too.
younger.
I don't like the sauerkraut ones though.
I like sauerkraut. So
Yeah, see, I only like the cheese of the potato ones. Yeah, I think he's having some kind of game next Thursday. I'll be up in Michigan. We'll party all night.
Tom's going to Michigan.
Yeah, Chicago first.
Okay.
I'm cutting up a different way this time, so it'll be a little different. Cutting up through Indianapolis, Nashville, I think it is, and heading to Chicago.
Did you sell like your house?
Yeah, I sold that actually back in June, like a verbal agreement. I stuck to my guns. I could get more money on it from somebody else, but it's a young couple. I gave them a good deal.
Oh, there you go.
Paying their closing costs too. Here he is. There he is.
Hi, everybody. I heard you starting to talk to me just as I pressed the link, and it swept me away.
It did.
Yeah.
Aren't you having a game or something going on next week? Game show?
Next Thursday, December 21st at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, we're having the Pillage and Plunder. 'Tis the season to pillage and plunder. It's a pirate Christmas.
Oh, good.
With special guests.
Oh, great.
You're one of them, Tom, right?
Thank you. Well, you've hit rock bottom.
And
yeah, good.
And we
Stephanie,
have a
you think you could go to it?
I beg your
Oh,
pardon?
yeah. I'll be there.
Stephanie,
Everybody's invited.
Michelle, will you show up for it?
Sure.
What do you do what's the gist of it all?
Well, we're going to have some entertainment. We'll have a little of this, a little of that. The Mark Kropka dancers will come out and do some interpretive dancing for us.
Awesome.
Let's see. I really don't know at this point. I have to put the show together, really, to tell you the truth.
Okay, good. Cool.
But I'll put some fun together for
You're
us.
going to be on mushrooms?
That's a pretty good idea.
I think
but no, I won't be. I don't have any.
It'll guarantee more fun.
Yeah, fun for all. They're not ready yet.
Oh, really?
Still
How's
waiting.
that bag looking?
It's looking better. It's
Good.
in the next stages.
Oh,
2
good.
more weeks. Roughly, it'll be about 2 more weeks.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, it's been quite an experiment.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. I got the links you sent me for that band that does Black Sabbath. That guy sounded like Ozzy.
I
Pretty
know.
good, eh?
The guitar player was good too.
Yeah. Yeah. Same with the Kashmir guitar player.
Yeah. Like no views hardly.
Really?
No,
I didn't
man.
look.
Yeah, it's crazy. And that just goes to show you, man, the whole view thing, subscriber thing's a bunch of shit. I mean, how could those guys put that together, record it, upload it, and that's all they get? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
because they didn't get lucky and YouTube didn't grab their video and promote them. It's got nothing to
Yeah.
do with quality of content. I mean, a little, but
No.
not as much as you'd think.
But how do they pick and choose? I mean,
You tell me, man. You tell me. They're promoting a helicopter video of mine now that I took 8 years ago.
Wow.
Get like 40,000 views a week.
Wow.
Yeah. I thought this is a really cool helicopter video when I did it. Didn't do shit for like 7 years. And I only know about it because of the comments that I get.
Right. Yeah. They flood in.
Yeah. It's bullshit, man. Just try to be as happy with, like, even if you talk to yourself. I've done that before. I got no problem just carrying on a conversation. Fuck it.
Yeah.
And I've noticed I don't ever hear you talk about share, like, subscribe, any of that bullshit.
No, I don't. I don't. You know,
Yeah, it just sounds so corny.
It does.
How about
Don't
asking
forget to
people
push
to
the
pay to
button.
join your channel? That's even nuttier.
Yeah, I know. I know.
God. It's a weird thing, man. I can't figure it out. If you told me you give me $1 million to put up a viral video tomorrow, I don't know what I'd do. I know I wouldn't have one, but I don't even know, like, something to throw out there.
Yeah, I'd start like filming my cats and waiting for them to do something funny or something like that.
Waiting for her to do something funny. Light one on fire.
Yeah, spray paint one.
Yeah, then you'd have
No, come on,
the
that's
animal
cool.
lovers, and then the animal haters and the bird lovers, because there'd be less cats. That's the dynamic you're looking for. They say even negative. I'd say when I got all those subscribers, that was probably a third of the subscribers that people just wanted to fuck with me.
Really?
I was raping the girls and murdering them. And here I am
We
handing
know.
out clothes and food.
There's a lot of stupid people that just don't
big time.
understand.
No, but they can't add anything to a channel or a chat. They're just trouble.
Right.
Or copy other people's things.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube's a weird place. We're in a weird spot right now.
It's stranger by the day.
And there's no precedent. I mean, it's all new.
Yeah, all new. Yeah. Yeah. They'll unsubscribe people. And like I said, you get customers, supposedly you have like help with 100,000 subscribers. They're absolutely useless. You'd be so frustrated dealing with these clowns. Yeah. They don't solve or help anything. Just piss you off.
Yeah.
But there's YouTube and nothing else.
There isn't. There's nothing like it.
No, nothing like it.
And nobody's trying to make anything like it.
Yeah, but I think they're just so far advanced that
they
nobody's
just been
ever
evolving
catching
and
up.
evolving.
Nobody's ever catching up.
No, not to this point.
Yeah.
But the massive storage that YouTube must have for all this, it must be incredible.
Yeah, but it is, but it's not. See, that's where they're getting you. They're getting you through signing up free. They're selling all your stuff and everybody else that joins. They're making money off your channel. It was the best idea ever. The best thing they ever did was not charge people.
Yeah.
And unless they already had a shit ton of money from digital advertising before they even bought YouTube. Now it's even better. It's a million times better. They can actually do this and not charge because of the crazy money they make in every other facet of advertising.
Yeah. Advertising is a powerful thing.
Oh, yeah. That's why, they get everybody's IDs. They get you to sign up with an email. They take all your search history, strip your identifying information, and sell it. That's why when you get up in the morning and you're looking at new pianos at 50% off, that's why.
Yeah, I know.
It's better than any TV or print ad ever. So we were saying this. Thanks, YouTube, for letting us get on here for free. But the figures are there. And now YouTube's even making crazy. I mean, I think they made, 290 billion or some shit like that?
Wow.
Yeah. And that's not even counting the Google part, not affiliated with YouTube. It's just nuts.
Yeah. I just forgot what I was going
In a
to
traditional business model, you're right. Storage would be an issue. How do you afford it? But them, nuh-uh. That's nothing in the whole piece of pie they have.
Yeah.
In the old days, 30 years ago, the government would have split Google up. Just like
Why?
they did the car companies and the TV. Too big. That's why you
Really,
got
eh?
GM and Chevrolet and Ford and Lincoln Mercury and all that shit. Yeah, they didn't want companies getting too big. They damn near did it with Microsoft. Yeah, they don't want companies getting too powerful and controlling a market.
Right.
Split them up into
cornering the
different
market,
divisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's something. Pretty
Well,
impressive.
It is very.
It doesn't help being brilliant. Hurt either being brilliant.
Brilliant? What's brilliant?
Yeah. 2 Jews.
Oh, is that what it is? That who had
You better
YouTube?
believe
Couple
it. You
Jews?
better believe it. Actually,
Yeah.
3. What a shocker, huh?
Are they related?
No.
3 brothers I could see, 3 Jewish
Nope.
brothers. No?
No.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Crazy the money these guys have.
Yeah, it was quite a time when PCs started getting really popular, and the money that was available to be made to the
Oh, yeah,
companies.
these
with,
.com people. Yeah. Look at Bill Gates.
yeah. Filthy rich.
Who'd ever guess that somebody would have beat him, Amazon?
Yeah.
By just Amazon's crazy.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge. Talk about big companies.
But I mean,
Now.
I'm still glad for it. I mean, there's still way more advantages than there are disadvantages. I mean, what the hell would we be doing at 12:30 at night otherwise with no internet?
That's
Watching
right.
some stupid asshole rerun?
Yeah. Oh no, I love YouTube. I watch.
Yeah, me too.
I spend so much time on it. I used to have ad block,
Yeah.
and it used to block all the ads from YouTube. Well, YouTube figured out a way with their systems now to block my ad block or anybody with ad block. I'm not sure if there's a more sophisticated
Oh, really?
version of ad block out there.
I think
But
there
my
is.
ad
It's
block-
the one you buy from them.
Well, they're getting $13 a month out of me now because I don't like ads,
There you go.
right?
Bingo. Yep.
But I figure it's good money spent because
It is.
I spend
See, I
so
don't
much
mind
time.
ads.
Yeah.
And they take that $13 that they're getting from you and they split it up amongst the digital advertisers because their ad's not showing.
Right.
That's how
Right.
they're doing that on the shorts now. You're wondering why there's so much copyrighted music that I can use because they've struck deals with them. You'll notice that your cut on shorts would be less than it would if it was just a short unrelated to like a sanctioned short on YouTube because part of that digital advertising money is going to the songwriter, the copyright holder.
Right. Right.
Where when you're doing them on your thing, nobody's getting anything, which is why they fuck with you.
Right. I knew that.
Evidently, YouTube was smart enough to like offer to them, hey, look, we're not selling out the whole damn album. These are going to be 45-second videos. People are going to maybe like your song. We're going to give you this cut, and maybe they're going to buy your album afterwards. And they said, fine. They just don't want the whole goddamn song playing on a video like mine.
Right. So
that
sure,
they could
you're
live with. And
saying,
you look, there's a lot of artists that didn't agree to it. The list is pretty limited on shorts,
oh,
but it's
okay.
still way better than it used to be. I mean, you can get Creedence Clearwater Vibe, Rolling Stones, David Bowie.
And you can play them on your shorts. Is that what you're
Yes,
saying?
yeah. There's a hell of a list. You can basically play anybody: Elton John, Michael Jackson.
Oh, wow.
But the maximum length of the video is 45
For
seconds,
45 seconds.
which I
Gotcha.
guess the copyright holder could live with.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah,
It's advertising for them. I mean, I
yeah,
can't see why they would disagree.
yeah. What was that damn music pirating thing a long time ago? You could steal every Napster. Were you around Napster days?
Napster? No.
Yeah. Oh, that was great, man. That you could go and you could get all the songs out there free. Every album, the whole album, everything. Everybody's sharing with this program this guy invented. And
Really?
Metallica started the first lawsuit on there, and that whole house of cards collapsed. But I probably downloaded 3,000 songs, whole albums.
I inherited from a friend of mine a collection of every artist you can think of, like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. It filled up one of my computer towers, my hard drive,
Yeah.
and it was all stolen music that he downloaded from different
Yeah.
sites.
Napster.
Probably. And I don't use it anymore because I have YouTube, but I still have it on one of my towers, and it's quite a catalog. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's where he got it, Napster. I'll bet you money, Napster.
Yeah, I added to it, but I was getting mine. I was going to Pirate Bay. You ever heard of Pirate Bay?
No.
It was another one of those sites where you could, what's it called again when you download music from one of those sites? It's called, oh, shit, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Anyways, you go on and it's got like files and files and files of movies, records, everything you can think of. Comic books, all bootleg.
Torrenting. That's what Impelov said it is. Torrenting. Does that ring a bell?
Torrenting. That's right. Yeah, that's it. Thanks, thanks, James. Man, I get brain dead after midnight.
Yeah, thanks. That figures. He knows it.
Yeah. He's smart as a whip. That
Yeah,
James.
I know. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I really enjoy hanging out on YouTube and doing stuff like this. So
yeah, me too.
It's it's a good waste of extra time,
Yeah. And especially I've lived this last two places I've lived, Michigan and here, are like rural. I couldn't even drive anywhere around here or there to do jack shit late at night.
Right, yeah. Hey, I wanted to ask you, you're going to Chicago?
Yeah.
You have to stay there long?
Just one night, unfortunately, because I'm going to have to drive about 10 hours. I'm picking up some jumbo Christmas decorations, full-size Santas that were like part of like Sears displays and shit in the 50s.
That's odd.
My buddy's wife collects that shit.
Oh, okay.
So it was all too big to ship, and she didn't want to get wrecked in shipping. So I'm going to pick up a Santa. I want to be there and then wake up in the morning, pick up the Santa, get on the north side of Chicago around 10 in the morning, pick up this Kewpie dolls or whatever the hell they are. They're like 3 feet tall. Load them out and be heading out of there by noon so I can beat the traffic. And then I got a 5-hour trip to Michigan, which is nothing.
Oh, you're going over to your townhouse.
Yeah, and I'm going to load the rest of the trailer up with the stuff that I didn't bring last time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be a busy trip. How long?
I'm going to take my time, actually, because, Christmas, I don't do shit on Christmas anyway.
Yeah.
I think this time I'll unhook the trailer, put some bricks on it. So I'll have the truck without the trailer. I'll go visit Mary, Go visit a couple
Nice.
friends of mine. I'll just stretch it out past Christmas.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that'll be a good way to do Christmas.
You know, hopefully I get some winter photography and that kind of things.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's still, I don't know if we're going to have a white Christmas this year.
No, shit. No, I mean, so far, which is too far in advance, but they're showing Michigan and Chicago both like great weather all the way through the first week of January.
Yeah, I believe
Normally,
that.
you'd be lucky to go this time of the year and not get caught in some kind of shit over those distances. I could
Yeah,
still get
somewhere,
fucked in the
right.
mountains. I could still get fucked in the mountains leaving, but it doesn't look like it so far.
Right. The Appalachians.
Yeah, I'll send you pictures. Yeah, you can get nailed. I got nailed one time there, but 90 miles north of Chattanooga, and it sleeted. And no shit, everybody came to a halt, and all the vehicles, including the semis, including me pulling a trailer, slid backwards and to the right. And that was about 6 inches from cracking the guardrail.
Scary.
Yeah. And then it got warmer, believe it or not. About an hour later, everybody got back on the road, finished their trip.
Really?
Yeah, it's
So
weird.
everybody
Yeah.
took a break for an hour and waited
Yeah,
for
you
the
couldn't
weather
have
to
went.
get better?
You couldn't have went up that incline no matter what you did.
Wow.
Yeah, but I know that happens. It takes out airplanes. Once I got pictures of it. I was driving
Shit.
an Escalade where it's about a half-inch thick on the whole front, the grill, the headlights, the bumper, the windshield, just clear ice. That takes down
Wow.
airplanes too. Yep. And the other day,
Wow.
here about 2 weeks ago, they shut down Smoky Mountain National Park. Got their ass kicked by some snow and sleet.
Jesus.
That's only 200 miles from me. You know, 5,000 feet is a lot different.
Sure. Oh, yeah. The
2 degrees per
altitude is
1,000
different.
feet. So you got another
Oh,
10 degrees.
I've been in the mountains in August and waking up with 3 inches of snow on the ground.
Oh, yeah. Look at Glacier National Park sometime. Hell, they don't open till the middle of June. And a lot of times they close the 1st of September.
Yeah.
Snowstorms.
Yeah.
You know, you're up around 11,000 feet. Matters.
Oh, yeah.
Rocky Mountain National Park, same shit.
Beautiful
You
country.
go up there in the
though.
spring, you'll drive through passes where the snow's 25 feet high.
Wow.
Crazy. Yeah. I mean, you couldn't do
But-
shit up there. This isn't something you're driving through. I've been out in South Dakota before. Got creamed. Northern Michigan one time. Like 30 inches of snow, shit like that. You're not driving through that. Yeah.
Yeah, it can get insane in certain places with
Yeah.
the snow.
And the wind has a lot to do and where you're at. But I'd love to I'd love to have a big kick-ass helicopter and fly through Glacier National Park in the wintertime. See all that
Yeah, that
snow.
would be good.
I mean, it takes them a month to shovel the thing, plow the snow to make it open in June.
They still are shoveling snow in
Yeah.
June.
I was out there in September. I wanted to go through Red Lodge, the east entrance to Yellowstone.
Yeah.
It was closed for 2 days, and I said, fuck it, just went around. But I've had that happen to me there before. You can't go through that way. The east
I
entrance.
think I remember when you did that trip. We
Yeah.
went with you.
Yeah, it's cool. Beartooth Pass is a fascinating place. I think it's better than Yellowstone. That's what I wanted to go through. I mean, it looks like you're just gonna like die. It's like this steep, straight down. Like, man, you think
Yeah,
like
yeah.
people get killed there daily.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, helicopters. Well, they got a high accident rate, that's for sure.
Yeah, but they're neat. I love
Yeah,
helicopters.
they're cool.
I think
It's
they're
a lot
a
of
great
technology.
invention.
Super
Yeah.
crazy expensive too.
I bet.
Which town
I
was
bet.
that near? You mean which place, Implov? When I was out west? Red Lodge, east entrance to Yellowstone. And I've been in Rapid City and got killed. Another time at Wall Drugs. Wiped out. Yeah. I guess Mark hit the off button. Yeah, helicopters are cool. But they're just so crazy expensive, man. Nuts. Well, I think I'm going to call it a night, you guys. So I hope you guys have a good day tomorrow. Thanks for coming on. I wasn't even planning on doing a chat tonight. This first swig of this medicine I took I'm feeling a little better.
Are you? What did you take, Tom?
Yeah, I'll tell you. I bought two of them. I bought the liquid and the pills, man. I'm gonna eat these fucking things like M&Ms. I mean, I've been feeling shitty. I didn't, and they didn't have it in Walmart.
Uh-huh.
Gaviscon.
Okay.
Like $13 for the liquid, and I took the liquid. I'm gonna take it again too. They say take it before you go to bed.
And what is it for?
Anti-acid.
Oh, okay.
But it's got to be. I took that Nexum and some of those. They didn't do shit, so I quit taking it. But this, I'm already feeling a little bit. But I was feeling a little bit better anyway. So I'm not saying it's this, but I called my doctor buddy, and he told me to take this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
See,
you
it's funny.
guys.
You know how you get different opinions with sometimes. Like I call my doctor buddy. I think I got this hiatal hernia. He said, "Man, you don't want to get that surgery. It's a pain in the fucking ass. It's painful. There's rehab. You'll have trouble throwing up." And then here Dolly comes on tonight, and I talked to two other people that have had it. Said it wasn't shit.
Huh.
You know, but you know how stuff is.
Oh, I know. I heard that about my hip.
Yeah.
Oh, I was walking the next day.
Yeah.
And I had all those complications. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. No, exactly right.
Yep.
Yeah, it's you don't know what to fucking believe, but I'll tell you this thing. If this is what I have, and I'm pretty sure it's what I have. I have, you know, the gold standard of every symptom. I'm getting fucking surgery, man. If I die or my dick doesn't get hard, so be it. Not using it anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm not eating these pills and drinking this shit and not eating steak and orange juice and a coffee in the morning.
Right.
I can cut half my fucking stomach on, fucking put a synthetic balloon in there.
Oh, yeah, I know it.
What good is it? I'm not eating a birdseed the rest of my life.
Oh, God, I know it, Tom.
Yeah, like,
I'm
no,
the
you can't
same
have
way.
pizza, cheese. I just
Right.
bought 2 big packs of cheese. I bought the big giant thing with a lot of pulp, and new bag of coffee. It's like, turns out it's the worst shit you could eat.
I know.
They said the worst thing you could do. I know it because I did it Sunday night. Is eat tomato-based products and go to bed. You're telling me. I felt like I swallowed a fucking grenade. You would have thought the light bulb came on then.
Yeah.
Good night, Info.
Oh, I know.
I got every symptom there is of that damn thing, and I will get the surgery in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be eating a porterhouse day out of the hospital.
No, you have to have a bland diet.
Yeah, yeah. You see, you know what these bland diets are like.
Ugh,
yeah,
I know, Tom.
Yeah. Ice cream with no sugar in it. You know, how about you give me a cauliflower pizza crust on my pizza?
Oh, yeah. I know. And then,
no butter on your toast. No butter on your toast.
And you're supposed to drink broth. Oh, God.
Yeah. You know, a hot dog, they make it sound like if you eat a foot log, they'd lock you up for trying to commit suicide.
No.
Yeah, prescription. He was going to write me a prescription. I thought, no. You know, I'm getting so like, you know, I've had this shit for a long time. I had a upper GI, said I was fine. I've been to allergists, fucking this, that.
Oh, you know, I know.
Getting old, depression, and then, you know, a real legitimate medical complication just slides in perfect. I don't know what's fucking what.
I know. That's how I am. I don't know what is what.
Yeah, I don't know what is what. Do I have a medical complication? Am I going fucking crazy again?
Yeah.
Am I eating too much spaghetti? Kill me.
I know.
And now they say coffee. You know, coffee's antioxidants, good for your liver. Well, that's out too. And I'm telling you, the way that I felt lately, I'm not drinking one, so you know it's bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I can drink some like, you know, replacement that tastes like shit.
Oh, God.
Coffee, something with no caffeine. It sucks. Everywhere you go, you get a small instead of an extra large because it sucks.
I know.
Yeah. Grilled cheese sandwich, forget it. Bacon, sausage. Now you're trying to kill yourself.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Fuck it. Give me the surgery. You can put in a raccoon's pancreas or whatever you need to. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you think when you were young, man, you'd eat a large pizza and go to bed?
Oh yeah, a bunch of beer.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah.
I know.
Sleep like a fucking baby.
Yep, and not
Now I
gain a
get up,
pound.
I'm clearing my throat. I've tried every allergy medicine, nasal spray, fucking that little strip of fucking Band-Aid you put on your nose.
Oh, I've tried it all
Yeah,
too.
yeah, me too. Yeah, neti pot. I mean,
Oh
I'm doing
yeah.
everything but standing on my head, spinning in a circle, and trying to jack off to make this go away.
Yeah, I
Nothing
know.
works.
Nothing works. I'm
No.
the same
I
way.
got 2 bricks under the head of the bed. I got a fucking dust mite free cover over my pillow.
Yep. And
Why
then
don't
you
I
go
just,
to
why
the
don't I just get in,
doctor.
why don't I just get in a burn unit tent and live the rest of my life?
Yeah,
You can slide milk-free, sugar-free ice cream under the curtain.
yeah.
No, it
I
just
know.
gets like, no, I'll get the surgery.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
Fuck it.
Yep.
Can't eat steaks and stuff. Yeah. Corn with no butter. They say white bread is bad. For some reason, mint is supposed to be bad for you. That's not going to be any problem at all.
Oh yeah, white bread, and they say eat wheat. Bullshit. I
Yeah.
hate wheat bread.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Yep.
it's horrible.
No, you haven't hit rock bottom though until you try the cauliflower crust on a pizza.
Oh, yeah, I've seen them. That's ridiculous.
You end up just scraping the cheese and pepperoni off and eating that.
I was gonna say, I bet it's horrible.
Sucks.
Ugh.
Yeah.
If
It's like
they come up,
something you'd expect for $1.
yeah. Ugh.
No taste. Nope. Well, you have a good day tomorrow.
Yeah, you too, Tom and Michelle. Good
Michelle,
night,
you have a good night.
everyone.
I
Good
tried
night
that
to the
today. It didn't
cat.
do shit. There's Mark's link to his thing. Do you see it? For his
Yeah.
thing next week. Right there.
Yep.
Good night, Lucid. You have a good night, Stephanie. Michelle,
Yeah,
you
you
party
too,
on.
Tom, Michelle. Good night.
Michelle might have went nighty-night already. Bet she did. All right, see you guys. Yeah, take care, Mark. Yeah, take it easy. Bye, Implove, Faye, Lucid. Did I miss anybody? Drifter, JMO, Sonia, Lakota. Good night, everybody. Party on.